Women do what you allow them to do, and vice versa with the women. A man gonna do what you allow him to do, and if you don't know your worth, you'll put up with that bullshit. But when you know your worth and you know you don't have to put up with it, you ain't gonna put up with it.
The girl was like, well, if I decide I want to wear a string bikini, to the beach and all that, I don't deserve to be harassed. And if you got a problem with that as my man, that's a problem. He was like, look, I'm not, like, you shouldn't be harassed. You're right. You shouldn't be harassed. However, they got creeps out there, period. There are creeps out there. And so you have to be mindful. He's like, I'm not worried about my woman per se. She fine and she putting it out. Okay, cool. However, they gonna have somebody that's gonna disrespect that boundary. They gonna have somebody that's gonna do something to handle because they don't have the respect.
Right.
That's who I'm looking out for. That's who I'm afraid of you attracting, right?
Right.
And stuff. And so that's real talk. Like, you're going to attract the creeps with that. A woman is tight because she's nervous. It's a muscle. So if I'm nervous and I'm not comfortable, then it's going to be tight. That don't mean necessarily that it's just like that.
Preach my thunder, because when you're loose and like that, you want to know what we doing? We getting ready to orgasm. It's called bottoming out. We're letting that bottom drop so you can hit what we need you to hit, so we can get what we want. If you notice, every time before the orgasm, it goes loose. Pay attention. Before her orgasm, not your orgasm is tight because she's working for you. Her orgasm is loose every time. She don't squeeze during the orgasm. She squeezes after the orgasm because she's trying to stop. It's a reflex after. And I'm sorry, y'all not moving, shaking. I got my phone in my hand. That's how I teach my classes. That's how it works.
There are some decent women out there that may have kids that are able to hold it down for themselves and still be able to accept a man into their lives in a man role. So,
see, the thing is, when you just say you need a woman that's holding it down by herself, this is the problem right here. In today, in the 21st century, a lot of women, they don't want to have no damn discipline. They don't want no man to come in and tell them what to do. They don't want to follow no rules. They want to sit there and say they want a strong man. As soon as that man show up and start trying to lay down structure and foundation, they flee. Oh, you trying to boss me around. You trying to tell me what to do. All this nonsense. You want me to be submissive. I ain't no slave.
No, Rick,
all this goofy shit.
You're narcissistic. That's the new word.
Yeah, that or toxic masculinity. All these other shaming tactics they got trying to use.
Speak on it, season 2. What's happening with you?
What's going on, man? It's been a minute.
Got my man up in the building. It's been a minute. You been out there getting that paper?
Yeah, man. Switched jobs, but still getting paper, man.
Yeah, congratulations. I saw you made that post.
Yeah. It's a challenge, but I'm gonna rise to it. I feel like
you always do. I mean, no doubt.
So what's going on with you?
Yeah, I didn't know what your hours were like. I didn't know if you was at night, but I know if you that true player.
Yeah,
you're gonna be off in the evening time, and you're gonna work most of the daytime.
Yeah, being new at the job, I gotta hang around so they can teach me some stuff. So I got off at 8. Seen the message like, bet I'm coming.
That's real. That's real. Yeah. There's been a lot of topics about that. I don't know, this new feminine movement. So I figured we'll go ahead and, attack it while it's hot, because on the cool, it's kind of getting out of hand. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, us as men, but I'm going to go, deeper into the topic in the show, but it's kind of getting out of hand. It was cute at first. You know how when you first hear a kid curse, your child curse, it's cute. And then when they start cursing regularly around your parents and your aunts and things, then everybody looking at you like you're not raising them right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's cute. But now it seems like it's becoming in stone. And that's not a good thing at all. But we gonna, gather your thoughts on that, because I wanna touch up on that. And let's see. Yeah, LeBron's son. We're gonna start out with the news. I guess I'll talk about LeBron's son first. And I just hate to see, his career probably over, because once you had that cardiac arrest, man, I think that's it, ain't?
I don't think so. Like, the way it's being presented, it was a minor thing. Like, it wasn't as serious as like it's being presented in the news. And he's last I read, he's headed home to rest. So I don't think the young man's career is over, but I do think it's worth keeping an eye on.
And it's ironic that you came on here, because remember the last time we was talking about Big Pokey?
Yeah.
And we were saying if people would have jumped right then, instead of just watching him laying on that floor for those minutes before paramedics, and you know what I'm saying? And then they keep saying that first few minutes was critical of bringing him back.
Right.
So I thought about that when, because they keep talking about how they saved him because they reacted like that. And had they jumped on the Big Pokey thing like that, instead of all us black people standing around watching this man laying out, soon as he fell out, somebody just came and, like Austin said, you don't have to put your mouth to mouth no more. Just, just do the beat. But that's how they saved LeBron's son. But let's get this news out the way so we can dive into it.
Should he have any control over what you wear when you go out?
Oh, hell no. No.
Not that. Hold on. Let's get Jamie Foxx. He spoke. Let me get the long one out of the way first.
First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that's prayed, man, and sent me messages. I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back. I went through something that I thought I would never ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, television show. I didn't want you to see me with tubes running out of me and trying to figure out if I was gonna make it through. And to be honest with you, my sister Deidre Dixon, my daughter Corinne Marie saved my life. So to them, to God, to a lot of great medical people, I'm able to leave you this video. I cannot tell you how great it feels to have your family kick in such a way. And y'all know they kept it airtight. They didn't let nothing out. They protected me. And that's what I hope that everyone could have in moments like these. Now, by being quiet, sometimes things, get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind, but as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine. They said I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed. But I did go through, I went to hell and back, and my road to recovery had some potholes as well. But I'm coming back, and I'm able to work. So I want to thank the people that let me work, and I just want to say that I love everybody, and I love all of the love that I got. And man, I know they talk about people crying on videos. You can do take two, but I'm not gonna do a take two. It is what it is, and if you see me out from now on and every once in a while I just burst into tears, is because it's been tough, man. I was sick, man, but now I got my legs under me, so you're gonna see me out. But like I said, I just want you to remember me for the jokes that I crack, the movies that I make. Some of them good, some of them ain't. I think I got a good one out. And the songs that I sing, man. And then, somebody was talking about I'm clone. Well, check this out. Just kidding you. Not clone, man, but I'm here on earth because of some great people. I'm here on earth because of God, man. So I love all y'all. I just wanted to jump on here and let you know that I'm on my way back in love.
I love the clone part. He killed me with that. I couldn't help but laugh. That shit was tight. And I had to play that because I was exclusively, talked about what we thought about what was going on with him. And they was seeing his little stunt doubles, hollering about they didn't clone him. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but I feel like that's the real Jamie. And, I feel like he coming back. You know what I'm saying? So
right. I have to give big props to his family for keeping a lid on things, because you have people out here like, oh, they owe us an update. Like, we want to know. I'm like, they don't owe you nothing. Let the family handle what they need to handle, and when the update comes, you'll get it. Like, this man is still a private citizen. You guys aren't owed the most introspective and intimate moments of this man's life. You're not owed that. So let him and his family do what they do, and when they feel it's time for him to give an explanation, or if his family were inclined to give an explanation on his behalf, it'll come. But to see that from the public, that's just disrespectful, because you wouldn't want
one thing he proved, that if you want to keep something private, you can, whether you're a celebrity or not. He did that because ain't nobody see him go in the hospital, nobody seen him come out the hospital. So my big ups to him on that. And like I say, when that happened, you realize how talented he really was. You know what I'm saying? Because we just used to seeing him, boom, boom, his show, and the different movies he was in. But then when that happened and they took him away, and then you start actually realizing what all this brother contributes to music, to movies, to sitcoms. And, it's like, it's going to be a big deal if something was to happen. They're going to be like, wow, because we don't really have, since the Denzels, who else? Wesley Snipes and all of them start going away. We need a stand-up, a good seasoned actor to carry the next, 10 years. Black actor to carry the next 10 years. And Jamie could be that guy, So big ups. I'm glad he spoke out. Let his fans know something, He don't owe him his life, but he did. As many people, was worried about him. I'm glad he did what he did. Okay, so besides the WN Melly trial, it was a mistrial, and in a double murder homicide, they're not gonna just, a mistrial don't mean throw out the trial. So they getting ready to trial that guy again. And like I say, I got mixed feelings on it because he's so crazy. So I feel like he did it. Me personally, I feel like he did it. I don't wish a death penalty on, on nobody, but something ain't right about that cat. And I don't know. Just because you a black man, you hip hop, you rap, that don't mean that I'm gonna support you being free. You're wrong, you're wrong. You do the crime, you do the time. And I believe he did it because after it happened and it struck the social media world, I went to his Instagram and actually saw how he was acting at daybreak when they took him to the hospital at 4 a.m. Around 7 and 8 a.m. He like on his Instagram with the other guy in the back seat, and he like, don't y'all say nothing to me. And they were saying, keep your head up. He said, don't tell me to keep my head up. He just showing out. I know people grieve differently. I understand that. But I just feel like right before that, one of the guys that got killed was arguing with him about him getting the money, him being the forefront when they were the ones that was behind the scenes writing and doing everything. So they had a conflict behind the scenes and then, about money. And then they end up dead. Now it's a video that done surfaced, but I didn't want to get into it because Jamie Foxx was so long. But it's a video that done surfaced of a mutual homeboy of theirs telling what really went down. And he was looked like he was in an interrogation room or something, but he was talking to somebody and they got the video and he's saying everything that went down. So being that it's going to be a double trial, they bringing in a whole new jury and all that. I feel like that guy's testimony gonna be crucial in that YWN Melly trial. I don't want him to get the death penalty, but he need to do a little time if it ain't for 10 years. He need to do something.
These newer rappers, man, it's just they either come in two flavors, like either like just super drug addicts or gang-backed rappers that are still in their respective gang. And I think Melly, as you said, I think he did it or contributed to what happened in a major way. And he's got to go do some time because, like, the mistrial, the way I understand it went down is because, like, they had people who were legitimately fans of his, and they couldn't get like an impartial jury.
Yeah.
So it's like, honestly, like, how do you try somebody like that who has that level of notoriety?
You probably gonna have to get an older audience. You're probably gonna have to go 40 and up. People that don't listen to rap. People who neutral, don't care one way or another. That's probably the only way you're gonna try that, because you get anybody 30 and under, they know Murder on My Mind, they know his songs. So they're gonna be like, well, I don't wanna, but I'm thinking if they take the death penalty off the table, which I think they will, and trial him where he go to jail, I think that'll be an easier way to convict him, because not too many black people gonna send another black person to the electric chair, you know what I'm saying, to the gas chamber. They just ain't gonna do that. So take that off and just say he'll do life in prison, two lives in prison without parole. Do 2 life sentences, and I think they'll get a conviction. But we know, we kind of feel like he did it, but we don't want him to get the electric chair. We don't want him to get the gas chamber. We don't want him to go to death, get killed. He can go to death row.
Yeah, I just feel the death penalty is it doesn't solve anything. It's pointless.
It really don't, because he has to learn what he did. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, I always said, if somebody murdered or did something terribly wrong to me or my family, I don't want them to die instantly. I'd rather shoot them in their back and let them suffer. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather mess them up and have them eating out of a tube and pissing out of a bag, where every day they wake up, they know they did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? That death is out of there too quick. That don't.
Yeah, like the death penalty, it lets the person off the hook because you kill them, and it solves nothing by like the people who were wronged, I'm like, well, you killed somebody on their behalf that didn't necessarily ask for that. And then it doesn't act as a deterrent for any future crimes for anybody thinking about doing that. So I'm like, what's the point? What are we doing here?
The point, and and I don't know, and I guess Austin gonna have to come up with a way to do this. But our community, as far as killing each other, is really getting out of hand. 2 ladies just got arrested yesterday for killing a man at Walmart in Atlanta. It's like it's crazy. Death is nothing. It's nothing. Another person's life, they don't think about that's somebody's mother, that's somebody's father, brother. They don't think about none of that. It's just like you piss them off, they kill you. You know, back in the Gap, you really had to do something crazy. You had to kill somebody in order to get killed. Now you just piss somebody off.
Yeah.
You know.
Or not even that. Just they feel like killing somebody that day. But
No,
I
that's
really feel that the prison system is too lax. It you go there, you get your 3 meals a day, you work out, you watch television, go to bed, you get to hang out and congregate with
you
your
think it need to be more military style, basic training,
I
5
think
o'clock in the
that
morning.
I think that they should take out the weights. I think they should take out all recreational activities. If you want to learn, then you're able to do that. But as far as just going in there and just chilling, hanging out, figuring out how to do other crimes and how to get away with it and those type of things, then no, I think they should work. I think there should be uh, some type of manual labor that they're doing where that's backbreaking labor.
So bring the chain gang back, is what you saying. Where they
Hey,
was out there chopping rocks and with the chains
it,
around their feet,
hey,
black and white.
hey, hey,
That's the sound of the
whatever
men
it
working
takes.
on the chain gang.
Right, because I mean, it's nothing to go to jail these days. People, people don't care. They're like, all right, so I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna chill out with my homies for a while, and either I'm getting out or I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna go lay down for a couple months. I'm gonna go lay down. You know.
right. So
Then when it get
it's
cold
nothing to it.
outside, they go to jail for 3 meals and a cot.
Exactly. Nothing to
And
worry
then they
about.
get back out in the summertime. I actually know a few people that used to do that. They get out in the summertime and boy, they turn up. Then when it start getting cold outside, you know, they homeless or living house to house. They end up right back in jail.
But yeah, nothing is a deterrent anymore. I mean, death penalty is not a deterrent. I mean, because we have the death penalty every day living in certain communities. So people are not afraid to die, you know. So what do you do? Do you make the deaths more heinous? Do you
Go back into the
do
torturing days.
do a public display of the death? Do you go to beheading? Do you what do you do? Hangings? What do you do? What do you do to grab their attention? I don't
And now
know.
that you mentioned it, if you Google the hangings, actually they had fewer crimes when they were hanging and beheading than what we have with the electric chair and going to jail.
Well, that could be just the world shrinking. I don't know the statistics on that, but I mean, what can you do? What do you do? So is it more um, community education, educating the people,
Well, black
and
majority of them gonna run from education.
well, I mean, and that's the issue. That's part of the issue, and we're not bringing them up to want to embrace education. They're embracing being thuggish. They're
Yeah,
embracing selling drugs. They're embracing just having fun, having sex, and not
you just
thinking
gave me an
about the
idea.
consequences.
You just gave me an idea on a good topic that we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna see how many reactions we get because it's kind of a positive one. Uh, but yeah, um, It's just not the same. Regular education, high school, middle school, and high school. The majority of the students look at that as a joke now. It's not. It's not a goal. They don't. They show up for about half of the first semester, and then they stop going. And then the parents can't make them go. But like I said, we gonna get, that's another one. We're gonna get I got a whole new idea on what we're gonna do with that. We're gonna do with that. Okay. So I was trying to see was Chanel gonna be able to pop in, but I think we're gonna probably jump start it without Chanel, and it'll be a men topic right now, which the women hate. But I'm taking the gloves off on this one. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say what I really feel about this. I don't give a damn. I'm gonna say what I feel about this. The gloves are off. It is what it is. And I left the link so anybody want to come on, you know what I'm saying, and get it, they can get it. I don't care tonight. The gloves off. Ain't no gloves on. But are we losing our voice? Her significant other suggests that she doesn't wear that dress to girls' night out at the club. She ain't got no problem with it. Curse him out. Go to dress anyway. He ain't her daddy. And she went out there like that. The minute she get violated, she shooting him a text. This guy won't let her go to her car. He making her talk to him. You know, he got that all in him. He got them pills in him. He holding a bow on. She looking for security and calling her man. But they do what they want. They wear what they want. You can't tell me what to wear. And if you do, you controlling, you insecure. Then if he say he's trying to be a protector and he's concerned, that holds no weight with the modern day women. So that's what we at today. And that's what the topic is going to be about tonight. Should women, especially the ones in committed relationships. Now the single women, I got no problem at all. Actually, to be honest with you, let me state this for the record. Let me state this for the record, and I'm probably gonna have to come back and state this as well. Women, anybody, man, woman, everybody is allowed to do whatever they want to do. They're allowed to wear whatever they want to wear. It ain't nobody's business but that person and how they feel about their image, and whoever the mate is and how they feel about what their mate doing. We're just on here voicing our opinions from what we see. Outside looking in. From where we came from to where the world is today. That's all we doing. But yeah, wear what you want, go where you want to go, date who you want to date, disrespect who you want to disrespect. We just voicing our opinion. And like I say, my gloves off on this one. I want all the smoke. Where the smoke is. I'll take all the smoke tonight. I got the Shan trying to get on to walk up through the steps. Let's see. Actually, all she got to do, Shan, just click on the link, and it's going to be 3 dots on the side. The 3 dots on the side, you click the 3 dots. And then when you click on the 3 dots on the side, it's going to ask you how you want to get on. Join through Chrome is what I do. And you should get on. Quita ready to get in there. I guess she her gloves off too. You know, Quita, I like Quita because she understands both sides, but at the end of the day, she a woman. And y'all already know some Jericho. Y'all already know Jericho, like, oh, What are you talking about? Oh, Jerica, y'all already know. Jerica, she come on with the gloves and the robe for the ring. You know what I'm saying? She had a lot to say.
Well, let's get at it.
Nah.
So now my thing is, she gonna be how you found her. So if you found her modestly dressed, then that's how she's gonna be. But
Yeah, Jerica
if you
said that.
found her half naked, that's how she's gonna be. So if you accepted her in whichever phase she was in, then you shouldn't expect her to change, nor should you expect her to um, cover up anymore just because you ask her to. Because she was wearing this when you met her.
Thank you, Jerica. That's what I want. Hold up. That's what I want Jerica to do. Be on both sides. Be understanding. We understand women gonna do what they want, especially the modern day woman. We understand that. But try to, do both sides. The majority of the women that speak on this situation be the single women. Um, we need women that's
Married.
also either value relationships, want to be in a relationship, and value their relationships. So we looking for that too. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
So
Austin, the way you found that woman, but because that was a point Jerica brought up when I posted on social media. Um, and Elton had brought that up too. Um, Elton actually said, I'm thinking this was him. He played devil's advocate. He said, if a lady dressed a certain way and attracted a man, is it fair for the man to ask her to dress differently now that she's with him?
yep. And
Now, my deal with that is, and I don't know if we all have been there, but I know a person, and I ain't gonna say his name, but he know what I'm talking about. He used to go to the strip club all the time. He met a stripper, um, paid for services and and all that. And she was actually intelligent, but money low, so she couldn't just jump up and get the education that she needed to go to law school, get the education she needed to go to medical school to become a pharmacist. So, they say, I'm in the club, I'm stripping to make money, to make ends meet. Okay. So he ended up eventually kind of falling for her. He was like, she don't really have to do this. She's beautiful. She smart. She had a nice body, and he was like, he actually started because it was his regular stripper where every time he's in town, he go see her. So they kind of had a little relationship. Every blue moon, she would call him and he would call her. So it was cool. So even though you met her dressing half naked, sometime and like uh I fell victim to, sometime Austin had fell victim to. I don't know about you, David, but every blue moon, when we were younger and learning the dating game, you actually feel like you can step in there and save these people, turn their life around, educate them, show her that you're worth more than your naked body on that pole. You're worth more than these guys paying you to go home with them for the money that you're getting. You worth more than that. Let me get you a job. Let me get you a job. Let me
well, see
bring
that
you
that's different because we're talking about a profession.
Okay,
Shan
but
made
I'm
it.
up
What's
in here.
that, Shannon?
I'm in here.
She did that.
Good.
Now, what you were
So
saying, Austin?
So we're on what you were just speaking on. That's a profession that she can be pulled out of because we don't know how she dressed outside of the club. She may have dressed modest because she was a stripper on the inside. So now, if you're talking about taking her out of that environment and elevating her into something different, then cool.
Okay.
But now we're talking about the average woman
Okay.
that dresses
All right.
scantily. Now,
Okay. And now think.
what is she saying about her relationship, or what is she saying about how she feels about who she's dating? Because that can be attention seeking or seem to be attention seeking.
Right. So being that I'm a DJ and I've been in all types of clubs from Ratchet to Diddy, there be women in there that's single, or I've seen, especially here in the A, it be women in there with these baller guys that order the bottles and they come to the table with the sparklers and all that, and she belongs to him, but he dressed half naked, and all his partners checking her out, all the DJs, the bouncers, and all of them staring at her. But he up in VIP, popping bottles and this and that and that, and he's looking at other women. So that particular woman who dresses like that, and the man is cool with that, come to find out, it's a lot of infidelity that goes on in those relationships where the guy is so-called proud that his woman is showing her body parts because he's looking like the big man in the club. But the minute he go to the restroom, the minute he go to the car, different other guys easing over there by the table, and she's trying to brush him off. But in that club environment, it's kind of hard for women to literally brush certain guys off because they got the liquor in their system. Some of them got the pills in their system. Some of them showing out in front of their boys. It's just not a healthy thing to do these days.
Well, again, that goes back to men. We can't put that on women. Men have to learn how to control themselves.
But
There's a
until then, what do we do?
hell, there isn't anything until then because it's still always going to be like that. But men are going to have to start policing themselves.
Yeah, but
You say they're
also
gonna have to start, but most of them don't.
it's like you've got women out here who dress this way because, as you said, they're seeking attention, but they want to live a consequence-free life. I'm like, yeah, you can dress like that all you want, but you also have to deal with the consequences of that. Like, you have to deal with the consequences of men seeing you a certain way. You have to deal with the consequences of not getting a relationship you want because the man that you attract with that might not take you seriously. Like, so it's like not only on
Okay.
us, but it's also on the woman. I'm like, be how you feel, dress how you want, deal with the consequences of that too. Like, you don't get to skate. You got to deal with everything that comes with that. Like Dave Chappelle said, you may not be a whore, but you're wearing a whore's uniform.
But let me ask you this, David. Have you ever met a woman in the club that was dressed kind of revealing? You done had your drinks, and she looking at you, she flirting because she know you from back in the day. A friend of hers used to crush on you or something. She see you, she ain't friends with that girl no more. This how it goes down in the club. So you start mingling with her, y'all get close, get intimate, have the sex thing, and you kind of end up kind of liking her, knowing how she is and who she is, but you just happen to kind of fall for it because y'all have some chemistry. She may be wild, she may be a 304, but y'all have history. Have that ever happened?
It
So in other words,
has.
he's saying he like hoes.
Like I'm not gonna lie to you and say that it hasn't. It has, but you have to like let people know that they're like, hey, if you want to be with me, like this is how I'm
Exactly.
gonna play it. Like
That
they're
and
going
and
to
and and, and
like
Austin, that's what
I'm not gonna be afraid to lose you.
right.
Like
And Austin, that's what we were saying when Elton threw that out there about when he said if she was dressing like that when you met her, you shouldn't expect. And that's why we grew up under the era where they said you can't make a housewife.
I
But
totally
many
disagree with
men
that.
have tried to do that because they like you don't have to be this. You're intelligent. Why are you dressing like this?
See,
It's
Uh,
just like
that's
a woman say a man gonna change for who he want to change for. A woman gonna do the same. If a woman is
like
a hoe, if she out there, if
you
she
have
really
to.
care for him,
that go
and
against what
not so much
Austin
that
just said.
they may have had that conversation. They could have had the conversation that may have not. But if she really cared for her and he really cares, you know what I'm saying? She really cares for him and he cares for her. She love him enough, or whatever the case may be, they gonna change.
Like you
I
could
They gonna
kind
stop
definitely
of
doing what they doing because they value that person. They value their bond. They value the relationship with that person. They love that person. They respect that person, and they learn to put themselves on a pedestal the way that that person does to respect themselves. So they're gonna change.
Yeah. So the thing is, but you're not asking them to change. They're
That's
changing
what I'm saying.
because, yeah, they're
Exactly.
changing because they choose to change. So if
Exactly.
you meet someone and you get in a relationship with them and you feel like you want to be with them for the rest of your life, then you have to accept those people where they are at that particular time and love them enough that if they don't change their ways, that you're going to continue to love them. You can't go in with the expectation of making them change or having them change because you don't love who they are.
like
so
that's a yes and no answer because if that woman values the relationship with you, she knows what she's doing is attention seeking. Like what kind of attention she's seeking and who she's seeking it from is a totally different story. But if you get with someone and you meet them in the club, and as Nikita said in the comments, the way she dressed doesn't determine the kind of person she is. Like
Right.
she's doing that to attract, and if she attracts you, you have to give her
It
incentive.
could also be that she's not doing it to attract. It could be that's just like Shajerica said. I'm not looking for attention, but I love me and I feel like I look good in it.
But that's still attention seeking. Like
How is
that's
it
attention.
attention seeking if you love yourself and that's what you feel like you look good in? You're not
Stay your
putting
ass at
on for
home and wear the
nobody else.
dress.
That's what.
Stay your ass at home and wear the dress.
Stay at home.
you
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
you wear
He said what he's saying is dance your ass in the mirror and
yeah.
not at the
I'm gonna dance
club.
in the mirror, and if I feel like I want to wear something, I'm gonna wear it out.
I
Simple
mean,
as
but
that.
you
It does not make me a hoe. It does not put me out there as if I'm attention seeking. At the end of the day, if this what I feel like I look in, I could give zero fucks about what nobody else got to think. And that's
You know, a
just
lot
me.
of people say that. A lot of people say they can give zero fucks, but they really give at least two or three.
See
D will
that
tell you at the end of the day where I'm from and the place where I grew up from, and not even just me being from Bastrop, but my maturity level, I don't care what nobody got to say. Because I know
Yeah.
what I've been through just in life itself. And at the end of the day, you have to at some point get delivered from other people's opinions of you. Simple as
And a
that.
lot of people haven't grown to that point.
A lot of people
But
have it.
right.
But for the ones that have, you can't take that away from them.
No, you can't. And I applaud people that are at that point. But the majority of people that throw on these little booty shorts with the ass out where you can tell the different colors, and throw on on the lit short skirts where when you sit down and they ain't wearing no panties, you can see where they forgot to shave at or where they forgot to get the little strip
I
torn
can't with
off.
him.
I'm just saying. So, that I feel that they are seeking attention. They are
I mean, I
seeking.
understand it from your perspective on that. With me being plus size or more curvy, I'm sorry. I was raised. I got more respect for myself than that. I don't knock no woman that do. That's you. That's your body. That's whatever you put it on for. But I know me. Regardless of the confidence that I don't have, I just got way more respect for myself than to wear something that short and that revealing. You might
Well,
see me with something with a split on, but as far as me just wearing something to the point to where, oh, you finna see my girl, you're not gonna do that. To where you gonna see my ass cheeks hanging out. You're not gonna do that.
you
So,
have a lot of them. Hey, it's summertime out
and
here
that's
in
with or
Texas.
without a boyfriend. With a significant other, I got respect for myself, but I also got respect for him. But
That's what's
even
up. See, you
without a
different.
significant other, the way I move as if I have a husband. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because at the end of the day, I know I'm a wife. I'm not a girlfriend. I'm a wife. I'm not married yet. I'm not a girlfriend. I'm a wife. So if I want to be married, I have to move as though I'm married.
There you go.
Mm.
See,
That's
And
something
you
that
hella
a lot
you
of
well,
people
hella
don't
mature.
understand.
You hella mature, but you had no choice because her grandma was strict on her mama. Her grandmama was strict on her, so her mom was strict on her.
Right.
And Austin, that's Roslyn White daughter.
oh,
So
okay,
so
The
so
baby
okay.
girl.
so her mom was OG. You know what I'm saying? Her mom called shots, and she was a shot caller in the city. So she kind of different because she's
But I
not
mean,
gonna do
even
nothing.
with that, you know what I'm saying? My mama didn't walk out the house. My mama didn't wear stuff like that. And even on certain shorts that I would try to wear that weren't way up my butt, my grandma would always tell me, okay, you got a nice shape, but no, that's too short. So
That's Kevin
like I
Brown's
said
niece.
again, I was baby Gina Brown didn't play. Rosalind White didn't play. She raised her girls to dress more respectful for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like my mama didn't. No, us went buying us. No, Ross didn't play that. She wasn't
So
spending her
what
money on
is
that
what
stuff.
is dressing with respect for yourself though? What is that?
I mean, I'll wear my figure flattering dresses. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'll wear my dresses that got splits in them. I might show a little cleavage. But as far as me just walking out the house and I got all my breasts out or all my ass out, I'm not doing it. Because first
Like
off,
there's
like I said, I've lost weight, I've gained weight. So any me on a weight wise, I'm not doing it. Because if I feel like, oh, I'm bloated and I don't feel comfortable in this, first off, I'm not gonna wear it. I don't care if it is something that's covering. If I don't feel comfortable in it, I'm not doing it. That what you just posted, that's to me, that's something you want on the beach or you want
That's
a girls
that's why I
trip
was
with your
gonna ask
girls.
what environment is she in?
Yeah,
But
you. But it looked like she
yeah,
went
She
out
on
like
a,
to a
I think
cruise.
she
I'm not
actually
gonna
on
do
a
that.
cruise.
oh well,
that's
that, that, that
fine.
that's that's different on a
That's what I'm saying.
cruise.
If you on a girls trip or something like that with your girls, or even if you are on a
She at
vacation
the
just you
club.
with your dude, that's a different story. I'm not wearing nothing like that to the club. But
Is that
again,
secret?
to each his own. If you feel comfortable in that, then hey, I applaud you for having the confidence. I'll never have it. I did to me. There's something for the bedroom.
Who is that? Lotto?
That's a regular broad at the club.
So that's what I'm saying. What? Again, people they
She
see
might not be,
celebrities.
but and I get what you're saying. Like I
She
said,
just a regular
some
broad.
people
She
may
ain't no
be
celebrity.
seeking attention. Some people they may not be. They
Yeah.
just feel confident enough. Okay, I want to wear this. I feel like my body looks good in this. I feel confident to wear this. I feel like I look sexy. I'm not wearing this to attract nobody, but this is just me. I feel good in this. Some people do wear stuff like that because first off, your self-esteem low and they want somebody else to make them feel good. But when
Okay,
you
so
really
so so
value
where's
yourself,
the line? Where's the line? Where's the line? Because you have someone that does it because they want attention. You have someone that dresses that way because they feel good about themselves. They've been in the gym,
Mhm.
they've been working out, they want to show their abs and ass. So
Me showing my abs, that's a different story. Crop top, different story. Even if I wear a crop top, it's gonna always be something that's high waist. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a skirt or some jeans or some type of pants. You're not gonna see that much of my stomach or my midsection. Me, those pictures that you posted now, when I was with my ex and we still have a great bond, I was send pictures like that just to get a reaction out of him. Oh, I bought this here. No one ain't bought it. Just to hear what he gonna say or get a laugh. But the type of person I am, the type of woman I am, he know I never buy nothing like that. For the bedroom, yes.
okay.
Because to
So
me, that's
so
where you wear stuff like that at.
so now with those with the dresses that were just shown, so those will draw some negative attention
Of course.
from different men because they're going to judge you based on the way that you're dressed. They're
Hmm.
gonna think you a good time girl. You know what I'm saying?
And that
Hey,
might not even be the
I can
case.
go ahead and knock this off tonight. So when women dress like that, then you have to expect.
The unexpected.
No,
It's not even
it's not
unexpected.
unexpected. It's
You can
expected. You
expect
have
the
to expect
unexpected in
that
that case
someone is
because
going
some
to
people might
attempt.
compliment you and some people might think the worst. Oh, she a hoe. Oh, she easy or whatever the case.
Not even to that
I'm
part.
sorry,
Not
but
even
it's
just to thinking. People will start to grope you, get physical, and other ways. Say, "Ho, come here," and talk to you totally different.
I get your
And
perspective,
I've
but when
seen, and
when
with the club
we
scene,
when
I've
when
seen them guys stand at that girl's car. And while she trying to get in the car, oh, so you ain't gonna talk, they leaning on her door. You ain't gonna talk to me? So what, you too good to talk to me? Cause he feeling good. He feeling good. She probably flirted with him in the club
she
just to
probably
get a
did,
drink out
and
of him.
then at a certain point, guess what? I'm gonna leave you where you at. I might have flirted with you in the club. I might have, had a couple of drinks with you, but that's just that. But when it's time for me to go, if anybody that just truly know me other than my girls, which I don't be around people like that. I'm not gonna play these games with you. I'm not gonna make you feel good about yourself. I'm not gonna do the extra to make you even think that I'm interested. I'm gonna speak. I might chop it up with you, and you know what I'm saying, be cool. But as far as me just leading you on to let you think, oh, I'm interested, it's not even gonna be the least
Well,
of that.
a lot of
And
the
if you feel
guys in
like
the
you want
club
to follow me
today,
out the club, I'm gonna let you know right ahead. You can go ahead on, and you're gonna feel 3 pieces of iron up in your skin. So if
a
you're
lot
not
of the guys in the
you're not
club
ready to feel
today,
that going on.
especially the ones I've seen down here when I'm at the clubs
They
DJing,
bold in Atlanta.
they both. They feel like if they done bought you 2 or 3 drinks and you walk off and go to your car to leave, they got a problem with that. They got a problem with it. They feel like I done spent $60 on some drinks. They $10 a hit. I done spent this much on drinks, and you think you just gonna leave and go with somebody else? They don't play that, you know.
So
So
I'll never come to Atlanta.
and
when
so
you
and
do stuff like that, the guys expect something back, and a lot of them getting like that because they like, why did you accept that many drinks? If you accept one, and then they ask you for another, they try to send you another, and you be like, I'm good. That's how you let them know you're not interested. But if
I
you
will
like,
let you
hey,
know
can my
from
girls
from
get
jump. I'm
around?
not
You
interested.
you
I'm
feeling like
good.
you
I can
finna
take them
use this
all day.
dude. At the end of the day, that guy looking like she finna go to lunch. She finna do something. I'm finna get a number or something.
and
Come
unfortunately,
on, y'all.
unfortunately, a number of people feel that okay, I've done this. She's dressed like I bought all these drinks. She's dressed like that, so she want this. And then this is how situations occur of rape. You know what I'm saying? And because they're thinking because you're dressed a certain way, you're sending them a certain message. And again, that's the way that particular guy is wired.
Now,
It's
don't
not
get me
every
wrong.
not every guy thinks that. So I don't want to put that out there, but because I don't think that way. But a lot of people think because you dress a certain way that you're given a certain signal, and
Yeah.
especially if they buy you an expensive dinner or a few drinks, then they feel like, hey, it's on. This is mine, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get it.
And men are visual. At the end of the day, men are visual creatures. We see what we like. A real man gonna try to conquer, just like Jerica had said on the post on Facebook. If it's a real man, he's not gonna think sex. That's exactly what a real man is gonna think when he see a woman dressed naked. A real man, I'm finna hit that because it looked good. I'm gonna hit it, but I'm not gonna wipe it. I'm gonna try it, but I'm not gonna wipe it. You know what I'm saying? And in my heyday, I ain't, I was one of the ones, I ain't gonna turn nothing down but my collar. You know what I'm saying? But every woman that I met or would meet had a certain lane they got in. Okay? You dress like that, you not wifey material. But I have fun with you. We can hang out. When we ain't got nothing else to do when we together, it is what it is. But as far as me looking at you as somebody I'm finna be walking around town with, are you sitting at the DJ booth with me while I'm DJing at my parties and at the club and everybody's seeing us together? No, you had a lane. I had a lane for all of them. You this one, you this way, you get over there, you fit right here, you go right there. I couldn't take nobody who seeked attention serious. We gonna hang out, we gonna do what we do. Now don't get me wrong. I hear a lot of women say they not gonna be no nun. Okay? And I understand that women want to feel sexy. I understand that thanks to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Real Housewives of Atlanta and all that, sexy became showing titties, like Dolly Parton. Sexy became wearing revealing clothes, but it's cool because you're with your man. Okay?
And even Dolly didn't show her stuff all the time. They was just bigger than the rest of her body. So they were there.
Right. So they were there and she accented it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She showed them out. So now, back in the Gap, women talked against that. The modern day women like that. You know what I'm saying? They like, I want to, so I don't say dress like a nun. Okay? I don't want my girl not even, dress like a nun because every now and then she wants to be sexy. She wants to look and feel sexy. But you can be sexy and look sexy and still keep class with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are like this. My girl will wear this.
And that's nice.
Because it ain't showing too much. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy that for her. And we will take photos and post them on social media. I would let her wear that, because that's showing just enough for the imagination. When men see she and I walk up together, they're going to say, he got him a nice looking woman because she's beautiful without showing everything, but yet she's still feeling sexy because she's showing enough for her. You get what I'm saying? And then this outfit.
I like that outfit.
It's not showing too much, but it's sexy on the same note. It got the middle section. It ain't showing no cat hair. It ain't showing no thong. Ain't no booty cheek showing. But yet you see the thigh. That's just like her wearing some shorts, some regular shorts. You know what I'm saying? And a regular halter top. I can do that. I can do that.
Right. Okay.
And she looking sexy. And she doing her thing.
You brought these photos tonight because they give me a clear. What's in your mind.
So when I say too revealing, I'm talking about the out of the water. This is neat. This is sexy, and it's showing that I'm not attention seeking. If you see me dressed like this and you like me, or you comment, you're not coming because I'm showing my tits. You're not coming because you seeing my ass cheeks. You come in because you think I'm a beautiful woman, and I accent it enough to catch your interest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not showing you all that I possess. And last but not least, I'll let her wear this because
That's
it's
nice
not
too.
showing too much.
So those can still be attention seeking, but they're
Right.
not overly revealing.
Feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not showing too much. And on those, you have to go by the mindset of that woman.
And that's what I was gonna
But
say too.
with
So
her
much
dressing
of it has
like
to do
that,
with
the
how they're
breast is
carrying themselves as well. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Somebody could have that on and still be quote unquote skank like, right? They could, portray an attitude and a vibe
Right.
of, like
Talking
this is
loud.
attention seeking. You know what I'm saying?
Like I was in Walmart a few minutes ago, and I was going down an aisle, and this what y'all call it, kind of thick white girl was with a black girl, and then I was looking at it in one of the freezer things, and she made it her business to go over there and prop her butt, how they do that stance where you can see their butt or whatever. So those to real men are instant turnoffs.
Mhm.
It's instant turn off because if you did that to me, how many more you done it? And if I get interested, how many more were interested? So it's like when you're attention seeking, that's an automatic turn off to me. I don't feel the attention seeking at all. That ain't about that.
Like to
But
me, there's a difference between being a head turner and just doing the most,
I
like
like that.
yeah, like the two women that you described, they're just doing the most. Like there's a difference when you turn somebody's head. You look good, but you're not trying to do so much that they're just like hounding you. Like
It's that.
it's like, okay, I'm gonna turn this person's head, and that's an indicator of how I want to be approached. And like there's certain things that I disagree with. It's like Shajerica said, just because she dresses a certain way doesn't mean she wants attention. I don't have a big ass or big butt, but what I will do is make myself look good. Well, in a perfect world, that's all well and good, but this isn't a perfect world. Like, just because you don't want attention, you're still gonna get attention. What you do with the attention is up to you. Like that
Basically, at
statement
the end
doesn't
of the
make
day,
sense
whether
though.
a woman is looking for attention or whether she's not, you damned if you do and you damned
Is that Shan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you put it on mute?
Well,
Huh?
she was trying to talk too, but I think she's got some distortion coming through at the same time.
Shan, you trying to
about
talk?
saying
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because there was some feedback or something crunchy or
Yeah.
something. It's like you was eating some chips.
Sound like somebody having a snack over there.
I thought it was awesome because looked like he over there enjoying a nice meal.
Hey, my wife cooked greens for the first time, so I'm trying
They
them out.
delicious, huh?
They are, but I put mine on mute.
You do what you gotta do.
I saw that. 'Cause at first I thought it was you, and I tried to hit it, wouldn't let me mute you. Say he already on mute. But so yeah, I don't want you to be a nun, and like I said earlier, it ain't none of our business at all what a person wears. A woman, a man can wear whatever, can wear whatever they want to wear. I think the men who came from the more traditional man, who came with a respectful mother, who came with his grandma still alive. So I'm gonna say 35 and up, 38 and up. They are more traditional. So to see the women carrying out, talking, dressing the way that they dress, it feels like, okay, don't nobody want nobody to say nothing to nobody. But on the same note, if you see something and you can correct it before it get out of hand, a lot of us feel like we need to step in and talk to the sisters. Where is your image? Where is your self-respect? Where is it going? Why are you seeking attention? Why?
But here's the thing. They have to be receptive to that. If they're not receptive to that, then it's not going to make a difference. If
Which means
they
they have to
un,
already have been doing that inner work or be interested in that inner work.
right.
Okay, like Elton said. Okay, if that woman was already dressed like that, right? When you met her, and then Shan said, yeah, a woman can change for who they want to change for. So just
True.
because she was dressed a certain way, seeking the attention, when she finds who she want, who she's trying to catch, when she catch the attention of who she want to catch the attention, a woman to change. And that's why I preach all the time. A man can find a good woman quicker than a woman can find a good man. Because when y'all women get tired of doing whatever you're doing, y'all want to stop, y'all will shut all that down. Y'all will be in the middle trying to smoke some goddamn crack and think, I don't want to do crack. I'm going to throw the damn pipe down.
Get this
A
crack.
woman,
I done
that's
found
the strength of a woman. When you guys don't want to do something, y'all just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
A man, we have to decide if it's something we really want to stop. What's the benefit? What's the consequence? When a woman get tired, that's why R. Kelly made that song, when a woman fed up, it ain't nothing you can do about it. When a woman get tired of doing anything, whether she tired of getting hurt, whether she tired of being loved, whether she tired of arguing,
Because one thing
that
about
woman
it, she
shut
gonna
it
stop
down.
fussing, she gonna
No
stop
matter how
arguing.
much begging, how
You
many
need to be
flowers,
worried
let's
when
go
she
out.
quiet.
You wasting your time, because her mind is made up.
Yep.
And that's why all the time, whenever I'm acting an ass, and I know I've been acting an ass for a month or so, I'm gonna go to mine and say, okay, what's going on? What we gonna do? Where your head at? Because you need to know, because once a woman give up, that's a wrap.
Yep.
That's a wrap. I don't give a damn. She'll be in that house with you. What that song, old song, Gerald Levert. I mean the Levert daddy, I think. Your mind is here with me, but your body on the other side of town. when a woman get fed up and tired of your ass, a woman can shut it down. So a man can always find a good woman. And these women walk around that they have all these options because men are in their DM. That's not future options. Those are sexual options that y'all have.
Right.
Because a man can always want to fuck something. Always. I don't give a damn. And I was actually the Walmart. I was there today. I seen the most. She had to be about 6'1". She had to weigh about 300 pounds. And guess what? She had a baby in the car. So I was like, a man would hit anything.
Yeah, so
You know,
that's why I always say, women, stop thinking your sit is the best, because it's always a man just want a warm place to lay it. So
you know,
and it's all different types. When God or the Creator made yours, He didn't stop.
Exactly.
So some may be a little looser, some may be a little tighter, some may be
well,
a little wetter or drier. But a dude
on the
will touch it.
cool, a lot of when the younger generation came out and they just love to have sex, the value of that
Vagina.
pussy is power talk that was out in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, pussy is power. When these young girls just start getting it up because they like to do it, and a lot of them nymphos, that brought the price of it down. So back in the day, you used to get $200 for that thing. But if I can go right around here and mess with 21-year-old Shanika that's living in that damn government apartment with them 3 kids,
came up with that infamous
and she fine as hell and she giving good head, why give you $200 when I can get it free? What time them kids going to bed? I gotta go work tomorrow, so I can't be 2 o'clock. I don't put the kids in the bed right now, and I'll be over there at 11.
Get you some
And that's what
Supply
it
and
is.
demand. Supply
You ain't getting
and demand.
$200 for that thing these days.
Mm.
Now the ugly guy, the guy. I mean, I'm not gonna say ugly. The guy with fewer options, he may pay you close to that to get it because he don't know no better, and his esteem ain't to the point where he can go and get it from that young girl that just want a 3.5. You know what I'm saying? And some deuces.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? You go get the 3.5. Dude, back in the day, it was what was that Fo Loco? You get that Fo Loco and a goddamn a fat blunt. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Fo Loco, a fat blunt, man. Shit, you throw a little party. You come over to the crib. You got you a little 20 sack. It's up.
Mm-hmm.
So ain't nobody paying no $200-300 just to lay down 15 minutes. Nah, especially now. So the price then went down. But yeah, the women have more sexual options than men. So a man can get out there and find him a good woman easy.
Nikita made a good point. I'm gonna throw this out there, but music and celebrities helped our generation become more sexually aware, and more comfortable. And that's
Yeah,
true.
no, and that's
I,
why all the time you hear me say that love and hip hop. They
I think there's
goddamn
a
Yandy
caveat. I think
walking
there's a
around here.
caveat to that as well. Like, even though celebs have helped our generation become more sexually aware and more comfortable, they've also set an unrealistic sexual standard for a
Right,
lot of people.
right.
Because like a lot of people ain't built like that, and a lot of people can't make moves like that, and you got a lot of normal people trying to make celebrity moves, and it ain't working out for
And
them
you
like
can't
it
do
is
that,
for
right?
celebrities.
You can't do what celebrities do. You know.
Now there's some. I mean, people are attracted to all different sizes, shapes, and colors. So what may be sexy to me may not be sexy to you, and vice versa, right? But you, Lizzo, and all these other people, Lotto, they've given these people, these women, this sexual courage to do what I want to do, dress how I want to dress, be how I want to be. You know what I'm saying? So, and no, a lot of people can't do that because you don't get the same respect as these celebrities do. They're doing it for hype. They're doing it because it's their profession. And you're out here doing it just because.
Hell, Lizzo doesn't
Yeah,
even get respect
they
for it
get paid to
I
sell
was
it.
about to say, and Lizzo don't get as much respect as she was like to get for it. You know what I'm
because
saying?
like my like to go off on a tangent, like I love Lizzo as a musician, but she's trying to force an image of sexuality that isn't the conventional norm on society and is being rejected for it. And then she's wondering why she's being rejected for it. I'm like, you're not what people find conventionally beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to be able to get away with that.
But
It's
my
just
take
what
on,
it
I
is.
mean, and as a big girl, I mean, I have mixed feelings about Lizzo. Because I'm always digging and looking deeper and all that kind of stuff. And there are a lot of celebrities that are bigger, or and I honor what she is trying to do. Right, I definitely do. Right. What I see as more impactful though is Riri. Her clothing line and all that. That's inclusivity, right? Because if you've seen any of her ads or thing, advertisements and all that for her clothes and all that kind of stuff. When I say she's inclusive, they got big folk, little folk, black folk, handicapped folk. They got everybody in there, right?
Yeah,
And
I
so
agree.
when she
Like
makes a
Fenty is
line
doing
for
it
heavy
big.
girls, there's a line literally for heavy girls, right? And stuff like that. That is what I feel like is more impactful, right? Make clothes that fit me and look good on me, right? And Lizzo now has a clothing line or some sort of thing too, right? Because I see people talking about it on TikTok a lot and all that stuff. I honor what she is trying to do. I don't necessarily like her methods. I don't necessarily like her methods. Because it is over sexualized to me. You know, you know, there's nothing wrong with the naked body. There's nothing wrong with a heavy naked body. You know,
I like Jill Scott style.
you know, like, you know, but Jill Scott is of a different genre. You know what I'm saying? She is in a class by herself.
But my thing is, Jill Scott, even though she's considered full figure, her curves, the way she know how to dress. I don't give a damn.
Yes.
No matter what she put on, without showing titties and ass,
right?
She is still sexy.
She's sexy as hell. Mm-hmm.
She's sexy. She gonna stand out. She turn heads when she walk in the room, and it's just that she know how to dress without dressing revealing.
Right,
and
but
that's
it
what I
also has
wish.
to do with how she carries herself. Jill commands presence and respect. Period. That's just how she operates.
I agree. Like Jill is respect, and Lizzo is just fuckery. That's what she's doing. That's the time she's on.
And I think Lizzo could demand that respect if she chose that, right?
I think it's her age.
It's her allowing herself to be a victim of the industry, right? You know, just doing whatever it is
to make it,
you know, to make it,
yeah. Like Lizzo to me is on that path that Azalea Banks went down. Like she's becoming more known for her bullshit and the fuckery than being known for her musicianship, because I love
and Lizzo's a great musician, man. Like she make great music.
Right.
You know, and so I hated to be overshadowed by the fuckery. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
because she make empowering songs.
I understand that she's trying to break through some wall or some ceiling or whatever and make this style of dress and her body type acceptable.
And it didn't work.
Yeah, acceptable and
looked at
as beautiful. It did get women, plus size women, to start coming out a little bit more and dressing a little bit more provocative, a little bit more revealing than they would have, and try to love themselves. You know,
because that's the goal. That's the goal. You know,
that's the goal, but you know, sometimes it can work in the reverse out here in the real world. You get these people out here in the real world, you know what I'm saying? And you don't get that same that you get more negative than positive.
Mm-hmm. True.
Again, like why would you advertise? To me, like why do you need that attention if you know you look good, right? And so you want to dress to look good, and you want to dress dress revealing, right? To me, that's an advertisement. That's saying to men, look at me, because men always look unless you're in like a plastic bag, right? Yeah. Always. Oh,
I mean, to be honest, men look when I'm in my gym stuff, when I'm wearing a big baggy North Face.
Look, I'm with you. I agree. But I'm saying you're going to attract more. Would you say you attract more attention when you're dressed up super nice, boobs out, ass out?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Right. So when you have a man, why would you want to attract unwanted attention?
But it's not a thing like that. Like my thought process, when I can only speak for myself, obviously, but when I'm dressing how I want, it's not a thought process where I'm thinking, oh, I'm dressing revealing because I want to get attention.
That's fine. But I'm saying, like, men want a girl that's considerate. And that's being considerate. It's thinking, oh, you know what? He might not like that I'm getting all this attention everywhere. And, you know, because I have a man, I'm going to be considerate.
But it's like if it could be flipped on the same side with a woman, though.
So but that's the thing. But like, do you know? I notice it's one thing. Whenever I make a point about women, we always have to flip it on the men. Yeah, this is just a point about women because I'm sorry, men and women, it's not the same. We no girls looking at men the same way that men look at women. We're beauty, right? And it's it's not the same.
And I can agree with
that. And that's kind of what David was saying.
But yeah, and again, I can agree with that. So when you are with someone else, when you are with someone else and you're pulling this attention, people are looking at you with the way that you're dressed, you're scantily dressed or however. And so you're pulling this attention because men are visual.
Right.
And men fantasize in their head in about 2.3 seconds, if that long. And then they start to think maybe your dude isn't really what you want because you are still advertising. And they look at it as advertising. So
also
that promotes some false sense of, oh, I can get with her because she's still advertising.
like it also goes to what Just Pearly Thing said, or her guest rather, is like she just didn't continue the thought process. And that's the case
Right.
for a lot of women. They don't consider the thought process beyond the I look good, I want to step out. I already have a man, but continue down that road. Keep going. Doesn't end. It doesn't stop there. Keep going. Finish that thought. And that's the problem. Because once you continue down that road, you start going into man logic. And that's when shit starts making too much sense. And then it becomes an attack. Because it's like, okay, now we're talking logical. But I don't want to delve into logic. I want to go at this with my feelings. And feelings in my world will trump logic, according to a lot of women.
Right. Right. And that's the thing, is that it's okay that even in that situation, like, you want to feel good, that's wonderful. But I love the fact that she pointed out, okay, what about the consideration?
Right.
When I'm dressing,
that's what women
I
are
need
missing.
to consider all, right? I need to consider the fact that I have a man, and would he be uncomfortable with this? Or am I going out here and attracting what I don't want to attract, right? You know, like, hell, even with me, when I don't want to attract a whole lot of attention this hair attracts attention. When I don't want to attract the attention, I either take these butterflies out, I wrap this sucker up, whatever I need to do to not attract the attention when I don't want it, right?
Yeah.
And so the same thing goes if I'm going out in the street and I'm not, you know, like you said, you can go out and be sexy and dress sexy, but not so revealing that the vultures, you know, are out there like, ooh, let me see what I can do over there, right there. You know, unless that's what you desire. And I think for some women, though, they secretly still desire that, right?
There you go. Thank you.
Are still looking
for
that attention from other men, right? And
thank you for holding women accountable.
Do I like that other men still look at me? Absolutely. Like, I still got it. Hell yeah. You know, that feels good, of course. But I'm not going to dress in such a way that I want men to approach me, or I want men to actually flirt because I got somebody. I'm not interested, right? And why go through the motions of telling the man, no, thank you, you know, if you already got somebody, you don't need to go through the motions, you know? So much of that is, you know, I'm still garnering. So I want some attention. I want somebody to pay attention to me. It's not, you know, you shouldn't never dull yourself down because of how someone looks at you. It's not a matter of dulling yourself down. It's a matter of changing how you present.
I like that. That sounds like something I would say.
Huh?
I like that. That sounds like something I would say.
I know. We kind of alike. You know what I'm saying? You my buddy. You know, it's just
that ain't the mindset of the modern day woman.
I can't stand for somebody to be like, oh, women need to cover up more, or women need to wear looser clothing. I got 2 points for you. For one, we ain't always gonna look this good, all right? My titties done already dropped 3 levels, and this ass is still clapping even when I'm standing still, all right? We gotta serve it up while it's hot, caliente. While this ass is fatter, I'm gonna serve it on a platter, all right? Point number 2, real easy, real simple. Damn, how you say, mind your business, all right? Mind your business, worry about yourself. How you getting tight or upset or bothered by what somebody else is putting on their body. Worry about yourself. Worry about the woman in your life. If you have one, that's it. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand for somebody to be like, oh.
See, here's the problem.
But you're making the point, right? Because if there's somebody in your life, right, then you get to say something, you know, and not in and my deal too is a matter of, and I think last week we was talking a little bit about the difference between somebody who's insecure versus somebody who is caring and loving and like, hey, babe, I don't want you to go out there like that, right? You know, and confidence. Yeah, that confidence is the key. But I could have on a damn paper bag and be
I was
confident.
going to say you can cover up and be confident. You
It
can
don't
see
matter what you have on.
Yeah, you can see confidence without being
yeah,
naked.
Exactly.
You know?
I could wear a brown paper bag or a potato sack and be confident and garner the same amount of attention because I'm bringing that energy.
I tell you, a woman in a nice business suit will get my attention faster than a chick in a low cut short miniskirt.
I feel you. Mm-hmm. That's sexy.
See, and that goes into like where I used to work, because I used to work at the House of Representatives. You would see like two types of women coming in doing business, working there. You would see the interns looking like they came straight off of U Street. And for those who don't know what U Street is, and DC is where all the clubs are. Okay. And then you see the career-oriented women with business outfits on, looking like they want to be taken seriously. And it's like, do you want me to take you seriously, or do you want me to give you energy based on how you're dressed? Because people are like, oh, you should be able to dress how you want to. I'm like, yes, you should. You can, but be prepared to take everything that comes with that.
Right.
It's all about accountability, in my opinion. Exactly. You have to take accountability and follow that road to where it leads to. You can't just stop short because it's convenient for you.
Right.
You have to take the good and the bad. You just can't take, oh, I feel good, so I'm gonna wear this. Okay, great. What about all that other shit that comes with that? If you step out the door, you may not want the energy that you're getting, but it's gonna come.
It's not a matter of looking over her. He don't know her yet.
Yeah.
So that's all he has to go on is her first presentation. If I show up as a therapist in a crop top with my titties out, how seriously you gonna take me as your therapist?
With flip flops and a bonnet.
Like, you know, so I can dress casual. I can dress, you know, I can still dress sexy as a therapist, right? You know, but I don't need to have all my body out.
See,
that's not proper decorum for what I'm doing or where I'm going.
So Jerica is trying to live in the world that should exist, not the one that does exist.
Right. Because and like you say, in a perfect world, in essence, in theory, you are absolutely right. But that's not the world we live in. It's not. Like, I should be able to walk out there with my ass cheeks hanging out and not get harassed or not get talked crazy to, not get catcalled, not attract bullshit. But I'm going to attract it with that because of who we live in this world with. They got bad people out there, period.
Like, you can't walk into a business situation dressed for the club and expect that person to take you seriously. Right. It's just not going to happen. No matter how much you hope and wish and plead that it should, and it absolutely should, but again, not the world we live in.
This is the social construct that we live up under, right?
And you know, and I've seen people come into interviews that just throw on anything these days. Flip flops, you know, terrible looking flats. You can wear flats, but don't look raggedy. You know what I'm saying? And you coming into this place trying to get a professional position. You know, this isn't Walmart. This isn't Taco Bell. You're coming into a company where your appearance matters.
The Fortune 500.
Yeah, so your appearance matters. But you come in here dressed any kind of way, so you're not going to get taken seriously. Is all that I'm saying. Your appearance does matter, and
Yeah.
for anyone that says that it doesn't, then you have on blinders or you smoking some good ooh wee.
Ooh wee.
I
You
disagree
know,
with the
it
Jericho
should
that
not
said,
matter as much.
like,
But they used to say all the time, you never get a second chance to make a first
Make a
impression.
first impression. That's
like
that. I believe in that. What you
I
were saying, David?
I disagree with what Jerica said because she's like, I know the world we live in, and that's the problem. I don't think it's a problem at all, because like even as progressive and forward movement as we get, we still have to keep some sort of decorum and standards in certain venues. Like things have to stay the same in order for them to and build upon what came before. And like you can't just like show up any kind of way, because for certain, like my mom said, you dress for the job that you want.
Right. Right. And that goes to Jericho. I'm sorry, I murdered your name. People look over mindset because of how you are dressed, right? But it's your mindset that your dress is showing your mindset.
But
It's showing where you are.
let
That's
me
your outward
address that one too.
expression of what's on the inside.
Let me address that one too. At the end of the day, if you know this, that's why they say when you know better, you do better.
You do better.
Jerica's so intelligent. If she's intelligent enough to tell us that people judge you by the way you dress, if you don't want to be judged, then don't dress like that. Because at the end of the day, if you're going out there to try to get this position, you're going out there trying to get this job, you're going out there trying to get what you want. If you know dressing a certain way is not going to get you what you want, then don't do it.
Then don't do it.
Like I tell people in relationships that's going through hell, if that woman gets in that mirror and she turns to the side and look at her ass and say, "Oh man, John will be mad if he see me in this. He ain't gonna want me going out there." If you know John gonna be mad and you don't want John to be mad, then take that shit off, throw it in the trash, get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta text somebody and then hide and then delete soon as you text, because you know if John see it, then don't text him. That's all I'm saying. The fact that you have common sense to know. I know if I want to work at a Fortune 500 company, I'm not gonna walk in there with my hat to the back and my sagging jeans and my Adidas on and you know and talking like what's happening with you with a boss man. I can't do that. I'm gonna come in there corporate. How you doing, sir? Yes, ma'am. I came in here to see Mr. Richardson. One moment, grab a seat. I'm gonna have on a nice sports coat. You know, I may even have on a button up with a Italian silk tie and my briefcase. You know what I'm saying? To make an impression, like Chanel said, we came from an era where you never get a second chance to make a first impression. An image is everything.
It is.
That's why when I go to the gym, I dress a certain way. Yeah, I want to show off these arms. Yeah, I got a nice definition when it comes to chest. But on the same note, I'm married. So it's a certain way I'm gonna carry myself because be honest with you, growing up being popular, we had so many eyes on us anyway. So we don't care for that. I don't care for attention. When things happen, just like Jamie Foxx was secret when when he got sick. I'm the same way. I don't want the attention. It's things that I didn't have big critical life situations, life events that the world don't know about. Every blue moon, they hear me talk, say something, I'll slip and say something about it. But I made some major moves in my household, in my life. They didn't even know I had a woman, as you know, they didn't even know I got married. You know what I'm saying? I'm a secret person. So when I don't care for my woman dressing a certain way, it's because my family has always been secret. The world didn't know what was going on with me and my family. So I'm not insecure. I just don't care for my woman to be out there. And we all are guys, us three, and you the bro sister. But the guys on here,
I like that
we
term.
know how we look at women because all of us have options.
Mm-hmm.
David has options. He able to say, I don't want Sheila tonight. I'm gonna be with April, and I like Mary. I'm gonna be with Mary next week. He has options. Austin had options before he married. He's working in the corporate world, and he meeting them 24/7. Women making 80,000, 100,000, driving Bentleys and all that. He didn't have that. I have options. We didn't have to settle. No man on this panel had to settle for a woman. So we understand options. So those women that's out there with that mindset, they don't need a man and trying to manipulate. We don't fall for that because we have options. That works for the man who feels like he don't have options. But to be honest with you, as lonely and screwed up as the world is today, the ugliest man and the brokest man laying on his sister's couch can get a bad woman that's working at a Fortune 500 company now. He just got to get up and open his mouth and say something. But the world, the women, the modern day women are so toxic that a lot of the men are afraid to ask them out. They have to go 35 or 38 and up to find a decent woman. And if they ain't on their shit, that decent, they're afraid to step up to that decent woman because 8 times out of 10, that 38 plus year old woman know who she is. She's one with herself.
Right.
And she not gonna go for no bullshit.
Right.
So that's the big
switch. 2 questions. One, do you dress revealing and or a couple of questions. Do you dress revealing when you do step out? And are you in a relationship? And then the second thing is you was talking a little bit before about and then you was talking a little bit before about that person having that's all they have, right? And I can understand to an extent, but that's all they have because that's what they chose. They chose to purchase those clothes or get those clothes from somebody else or whatever the case may be. So that's still a matter of choice and how they choosing to dress. Because Fashion Nova has, sexy ass clothes, and Fashion Nova also has business attire. They have a variety of things to wear, and so does Shein, and so does any other place where you're shopping,
and
right?
Walmart and Target.
And so, yeah, we are from different eras. We definitely
let me address the era thing right quick, and then you can come back.
Okay.
Let me tell you about the era thing. At the end of the day, respect is respect. Morals are morals. Whether you grew up in, whether you were born in 1930, or whether you was born in 2012, respect, morals, they're all the same. It's the same. It's certain things that don't change. Now, just because younger generations choose to ignore the being respectful, self-respect, ignore having morals, ignore having standards, that doesn't erase that standards are still out there. That standards are standards. You just chose to go down that road. If that generation is so different, why are there still women that's in your generation that respect their man? Why are there women that's in your generation that still wants marriage? Why are there women that's 24, 25, 26 years old that still dress non-revealing? So standards and morals are still the same.
Like that's not revealing, right?
No,
You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
That's cool. I wear crop tops and I'm heavy. I got a belly. I still wear crop tops. You know what I'm saying? I feel good in them, you know, and stuff. I wear low cut blouses sometimes. You know, you're not gonna catch me with my whole titty out with just a pasty. You know, you're not gonna catch me with all the goods hanging out, right? You know, I wear short skirts. And again, depending on where I'm going, who I'm with, you know, like I say, when I was visiting my boo, I had these short shorts on, and I asked him. I had a short shorts on and a button-down shirt that was tied up in the middle, so my belly was out and stuff like. And I
more than that was out.
Comfortable with that.
More than that was out. And hell no, you wouldn't have worn that. You would have had you would have had a sweater tied around your waist.
He said he was fine with what I had on. Thank you.
Okay. But you have to be considerate. Sometimes you have to be considerate. Though, let me tell you about us. Let me tell you about us men. When we know we have a respectful woman that love us, that's all about us, we're a little bit more lenient with what she wears. But on the same note, every blue moon, being considerate. And I know you wasn't just out there though. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't.
You know,
very, very
but on the same note, you know, every now and then, you know, you wear your little ass out, show your ass and go up in there and get your little
wasn't hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of thigh out, but my whole ass cheek wasn't out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your ass cheek ain't gonna be out, but we still gonna see the hips and we gonna see the shape of the butt.
And you're gonna see that on me anyway.
That's okay.
You see that? I don't care what I got on. You're gonna see my boobs.
We gonna see it.
You're gonna see my ass. You're gonna
we
see
gonna
my
see it. But
That's
when y'all wear them tights, when you wear them tights, it stand out a little bit more, especially if you're wearing them white tights.
It do.
Especially when you're wearing them white tights. It's just something about when y'all throwing them goddamn white tights or them stripes. There are some stripes.
The
when you hip
the horizontal stripes.
Thank you. When you hippie and you got the horizontal stripes.
Because if the horizontal stripes, they make it look wider, or the vertical. The vertical,
the up and down, the
up and down.
Vertical.
Okay.
When y'all got that black and white, vertical stripe with them hips.
Okay, I feel you. All right. It do a thing. It does
a thing.
It do a thing.
The white pants.
You're right.
And that. And I'm talking about you got girls that barely have a shape that can throw that shit on, and you be like,
"That's true. It do something to
that fine." You know, but you know, so long as it's because I'm learning, you know, I mean, you want people to admire your woman,
absolutely,
especially when she's not seeking the attention. Right. And then my thing would always be, I never went for the women who were seeking attention. I see them now. Don't get me wrong, because a beautiful woman and a sexy body is a beautiful woman and a sexy body. But I see, and then I don't see, because you seeking that attention. When I used to walk in the clubs, I didn't go after the ones who were revealing their bodies and things. I went to that one sitting down that looked like she wasn't supposed to be there. She covered up. Her friends up twerking and she looking around, you know, like these girls showing their ass up in here. So when I'm on my way out, I may stop and say something to her. The ones who seeking the attention all loud and showing their ass and their titties, and every time a song come on, hey, and all that, those were the biggest turnoffs to me.
It's all right.
But if I see that one sitting down, I'll slide over there. Hey, you look like you're supposed to be in. And the way I met my wife, she was supposed to be doing a little photo shoot type deal for the club, because her and her friends was gonna promote the club. But she looked like a damn sore thumb in there because she don't go out. Right. So when I walked in the club that night, and the owner was like, "Hey, I need you to take pictures of her before you DJ. Take pictures of this girl before you DJ." So I said, "All right, I'm gonna look for her later on. Let me walk around and get a feel of the club, you know, get my energy going." So when I walked around the club, she stood out because she didn't know what to dress to that club. She was just looking lost. And so when I walked up to her, I said, "You the one I'm supposed to be taking pictures of, huh?" She said, "How you know?" You look like you don't belong here. You don't belong here. I know my surroundings. You don't belong here. And so So those are the ones that attract me, the ones that not seeking attention. I like a pretty face. I like the ones that just stand out without trying to stand out.
Yeah,
That's
and
like Austin said. He'll take a woman in a suit that's just minding her own business. That's more attractive to him. And being in the club scene, the women who didn't try to show their bodies, wasn't trying to be loud and stand out, didn't have the different color hair, and was always, man, that nigga ain't this.
You know, that used to be my icebreaker line. When they in the club like that, I just go up and I'll be like, I love the way you carry yourself.
Ooh,
and then it starts
that was
from there.
smooth.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Hey, tell her, we just slide by
Just
and get in
slide
their ear,
right
you know?
in.
That's just it. And then we'll say something corny. that the guys who what's up shawties and what's up mom, we don't do that.
Don't do that.
We
Don't
might
do that.
say you made
Everybody
me do we might say, hey, I gotta go back here and DJ. And I was on my way back to the club to go DJ shit. I forgot what I was gonna play because I did a triple take and looking at you.
Oh,
I say, so I got
now.
to get to know your name. I got to know your
Oh,
name. If nothing else. We ain't got to go out or nothing, but I make it my business to know every beautiful woman that I run into. What is your name?
Look at you dropping game and shit. Y'all taking notes?
What is your name? No, but
no, what is your name?
You know, it's like that. So it's like but the ones who was trying to stand out, everybody was you know, pretty much after them. I done already had them, and I don't have time for well, let me hit you back. Yeah, I'm talking to Junebug. You know, it's too many haters, you know what I'm saying, out there. And like I said, I didn't care for the attention.
Like energy match like energy though, right? You know, if the loud one is in the club and that's who he looking for, you know, because that's it.
It's a place,
thing,
like you said, it's
right?
a place for that. They attract each other.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I mean, when I think about you talking about that, I think about being in the club back in the day and dudes that used to try to flash the money. That's the same thing on the man's side, right?
Yeah.
When you're pulling out a whole wad of money, you know, because let me buy you a drink. And
yeah, but he got a stack like this here for a $10 drink. Right. Yeah,
you know, baby,
I never done
do all that. You ain't got to do all that.
From his payday loan.
Right. You just came from the payday loan place.
Nah, he just cashed his paycheck. Just got a bunch of files.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah. Hey, a lot of ones are under it.
Let me see what I can do.
And it live $200 on top.
Yeah.
From his paycheck, he get paid $400 that week. So he take 200 of it and make ones and a couple of fives, and put the 200 other dollars up there. Yeah, you need, what you want to drink? What you need something to drink?
Right.
You know, but it's like it's how they carry themselves. And I would hate to be in the dating world today, though. Really.
Should he have any control over what you wear when you go out?
Oh, hell no. No.
Shit.
No.
If Shawty wears something a little too bit revealing, you heard me? I should have a bit say so just because like you were a reflection of me.
No.
If that makes sense.
No. I walked out here in this mini skirt.
Shit.
Right, because I'm a woman of 2023.
No,
and I feel like women can wear what they want to wear. I shouldn't have to talk to my husband about wearing what I should wear, you know?
You find like someone, but at the same time, also be respectable and respect your husband, you heard me?
If I want to wear a bralette, I can wear a bralette out. I shouldn't have to ask for his permission. I shouldn't ask for his permission.
No thing on your titties out.
I'm not saying my titties out. He's saying if I wear a
bralette
in the underwear. That's what I'm saying. I know.
A
man should not be able. A man should not be able to tell a woman what she should and should not wear. It's 2023. If there are flying cars, that means men cannot tell women what they should wear.
Go back to 1993.
That's period.
Let's see
That's
what
on anything. You should not be able to tell me what I have to wear. That's not no.
And see, and then
again, and that's a lot of their mindset.
You got on, but
yeah, it's not telling you what you have to wear or what you can wear. You know what I'm saying? It's making
that's the mindset. You telling
me what to do.
That's not the thing.
Like, here's the thing. Like, that dude has a proper mindset because he's not afraid to lose her.
That's the thing. He say, if you're wearing something, if you're coming out here bucket naked, we breaking up.
Like, and there's too many. That's the thing that perpetuates this is because as I said earlier, a lot of guys out here are afraid to lose these women, and it's like you allow them to walk all over you by doing this.
Walk away.
So don't be afraid to walk away.
Yeah. Thank you.
I mean,
unfortunately, you have too many men and too many women that are afraid to walk away because they're afraid to be alone, or they're afraid of this or afraid of that, or you may have been one of the guys that lucked up and got someone above your class.
Yeah, the guys are trying to hold on. The women don't give a fuck because they got them guys in their DM. So they'll show their ass and get out their relationship way quicker than a man.
Yeah.
You know, and then for the guys who, it's like I say, it's mostly the 30s and under. And I say that because I study the generations, because the demographics, because of how I DJ.
Okay.
And I look at the different genres and the demographics when I'm DJing, and I watch their action. You have, and believe it or not, in the club scene, the DJ scene, party scene, period, is more like discrimination to a degree, because you have the 18 to 24s, they link together. The 25s to maybe the 18 to 25, they link together. The 26 to 30s, they together. When you 35, they consider you OG and over the hill. So the 35s link with the 40 and 45-year-old. The 46 links with the 50-year-olds. So it's a different, and when you DJ and you able to look at that crowd and you actually see them bunched up. If you high up, you will see different cliques bunched up, and you know the age groups of all of them.
Right.
So when I say the 36 and up, they're still more traditional because they came up with Big Mama. They still have mom and dad in the household. If mom and daddy wasn't in the household together, they were together long enough when they were young enough to know how to be a husband, and they watched her be a wife. Whether they split up at 10 years old, whether a lot of them parents back then, the 40-year-olds to 50-year-olds, a lot of them parents stayed together until the kids went to college. So they're more traditional when it comes to dating and choosing a mate. That woman got to kind of know how to cook a little bit, and if she don't, you go with that. But that woman gonna eventually get into cooking and cook them greens for the first time because she's in a more traditional relationship. The modern woman brag on, I don't know how to cook. That's not a good thing. Like I say, that's not a good thing. Because you got TikTok out there, you got YouTube out there, you got all that out there today.
Ways to know how to cook, my man.
Like,
go out there and learn it. But a lot of them getting caught up. I'm learning a lot of women, modern day women out here. I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I make my own money. But they lonely. And they're saying that between 26 and 30. Then once you get 30, believe it or not, ladies, your values,
your options get lower.
Your options get lower.
It's not that you're less valuable, but the options become slimmer.
It's getting slimmer because we did a podcast on this, and we probably gonna revamp it, but it's harder for a woman to date 30 to 40 because she's set in her ways. And then that 40-year-old man and that 50-year-old man looking at the 26-year-old woman. Because like I say, I had an OG that I was down with, and I used to try to hook him up with different women. This man about 60-some years old. And I said, man, she tight, man. She 30. She just turned 30. He said, she turned what? I say 30. He said, she too old for me. He said, I like him 25 and, I like him 25 and under. He said, just don't bring me nothing under 17. And I was like, wow. So the older the man get, the younger. So just imagine if you're 40 years old and you haven't found,
you got to watch them.
You haven't found that man. that you looking for. That older guy is really checking for a 30-year-old woman.
But
he don't want nobody his age. And we had somebody on here that said they didn't want nobody in their age group. And he was bench pressing 40 years old. He said, I don't want no woman 40 years old. I don't want no woman 50 years old. He gonna go after something younger.
But then
we have
to identify why they want to go after something younger.
Right.
Is it because they feel that they can still mold and mold them or control them based on their experience? They don't have to commit to them as much.
I think the way he described it, it's more like this. Y'all gotta admit, when you 30 and 40 years old, you pretty much set in your ways. A 40-year-old woman gonna have way more responsibilities and morals than that 30-year-old.
Right. But what's wrong with that?
So no, I'm saying, so when you meet that 40-year-old, she gonna have bigger bills too. A lot of time.
But the 25-year-old don't know how to spend money. Don't know how to save money.
And then he can teach her how to spend money. Elevate. He can teach her how to spend money. That's why I understand.
They're not in the mind. They're not in the mindset of even trying to save.
No.
It's a totally different mindset.
Yeah. I've seen 25 and 30-year-olds that's on their shit because they grew up with the grandma. But I'm just saying,
there's always an exception.
There's always exceptions. But for the most part, if you under 25 or so, you're not concerned about all that.
Oh well, the older guy was talking about, he was just trying to get sex, and he was saying that he didn't want no woman who was 30 plus. He wanted them younger. But a 40-year-old man is going to be set in his ways. He's set 40, 45. The chances of him changing gonna be slim to none. Same way with a 40-year-old woman. Same way with a 38, 40.
It'll work. I'm just saying. I know you keep saying that older people can't. Well, but as a therapist, if you're doing your inner work, you're still gonna be growing. You're still gonna have an open mind.
Yeah. You still have an open mind. But on the same note, you set in your way. If you ain't about giving no head,
not exactly.
If she 40 years old and she ain't about giving no head, the chance of you teaching her, the chance of you talking her into going down there before sex, sucking on that thing, gonna be slim enough.
Maybe she ain't feel safe enough to give head.
That ain't true. But
maybe she ain't never feel comfortable enough with nobody to give head.
Right. So
maybe ain't nobody took care of business well enough in her life enough for her to give head.
So Black, look at you and I. Now I know you was a hoe before you got married. I know this.
We all know.
But this. You decided to change. You decided to change for your wife, even at a more mature age. So it's not necessarily that you are set in your ways. You may have some ways that you don't want to change, but you will change. You will compromise on some things in order to allow the person that you love, that's your person, to fit in your world.
Same thing we talked about with women earlier. If you find the right person, and you're done with something, then you'll be done with it, right? Once that person is somebody that can fulfill the needs that you need met and respect and love you and make you feel safe.
But the chances of the majority of the chances, and I'm sure there's numbers on it, and I have to look them up, and I'm gonna come back. But the chances of 40-year-old, 35, 40, 50-year-old, especially a single woman that has been single for so long, her getting into a relationship and easily going with the flow is going to take some adjustments. I understand, like I say on every podcast, I understand it's anti-Black, but Black don't keep it real. Black don't keep it real. And it's certain things, Austin, that you're not going to tolerate. The new generation, like they women walking out here naked and showing their ass. You don't care for that. Why? You're traditional. Okay? So that's something that you're not going to change. So you're set in that way. So if a woman come to you.
But I was set in that way even earlier on in life. I didn't just get this way. That's the way I've always been.
Exactly. That's
So
why I say
it's
you're
not me
set.
being set in my ways. It's something that I choose to like.
You chose to
my
do
preference.
right. And once your mind, exactly. So you're saying exactly what I'm saying. So once your mind was made up that that's not the type of woman you like, you're set in that way. No matter how you try to press it down and twist it and put a little zip on it, at the end of the day, that's not what you care for.
It's
like
not
me,
your ways,
I'm set in my way. I don't want no club hopper. I don't give a damn whether I'm 12, whether I'm 103. A club hopper can't do nothing for me. I don't care for club women because I saw my mom them do that, and I saw the hurt that it brought pops, and I ain't feeling that. I don't want that. So a woman who say, hey, we ain't going out, let's turn up. Soon as I hear that shit, that's the biggest turn off in the world. I'm gonna sit there for the rest of that night. But when I get home and she called me, hey, what you doing? If I answer, I ain't doing nothing.
If I answer,
I don't answer the phone. I've been calling you. I make them leave me because that's something I'm set. It ain't nothing she can do for me. Nothing. I don't care for clubhouse.
Let me try to identify what you're saying. So
Okay, go ahead.
We're speaking in preference. My preference is I like this, right? So when you're saying set in your ways, are you speaking of the preferences that I like?
I'm speaking of, because there's certain things you're going to tolerate and certain you're not. No matter what nobody present to you. She can come to you and say, hey, let's just go on to this ratchet club and, just turn up. You may like the music, you ain't feeling it. No, I'm going over here to this jazz spot, and if you don't like the jazz spot, we can party and turn up at home. I'm not going to go to this ratchet spot just because your partner's over there and it's supposed to be on and popping. I'm not going. And that's your mindset. If you think you pull up and it's a chance that somebody gonna run into your car before you leave, you ain't trying to go to that spot, bro. I don't care what you say. I don't care how pretty she is. That ain't what you finna do.
Now, so when I in my head, what I was thinking when you said set in their ways, so they go to bed every night at 9:45 with a long gown on that's not shaped to the body. So that's what I'm thinking when you say set in their ways. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to bed at 9:45. Yeah,
because
I'm going to bed at 9:45.
A friend of ours is like
coffee.
that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking when you're saying mindset. They're set in their ways.
Yeah, it's just certain things that you don't like that you're not gonna change for. Period.
All right. So we're talking about preferences.
Deal breakers.
Preferences,
deal breakers, right?
Yeah. Preferences, deal breakers. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, preferences, deal breakers, and it's still certain things that you setting your ways on. Like your preferences and setting your ways kind of hand in hand. If I don't prefer a stripper, that's what I don't prefer, and I'm setting my ways that a stripper is not what I want. See, a lot of Austin and my conflicts be the same thing, but I see both sides.
I'm about to say it's a matter of wording, I think.
It's the
wording. We got to define. We got to get your definition of the thing.
See, I want to jump back. I want to jump back to that video that you showed. You know what would kill that mindset real quick of women that like, oh, we can wear whatever. It's 2023. I'm like, okay, bet you can wear whatever. Let your man step out with the gray sweatpants and the dick print. See how jealous you get.
There you go. He can wear gray sweatpants wherever he want to.
Yeah, like I told that girl, that's the first thing somebody said on the thing. Yeah, this and that and that. What about make sure you talk about the guys with the with the print, the gray sweatpants. I'm like, hell, we ain't protecting nobody. They all
everybody.
What's going on, gentlemen? I'm here to tell you today that there's 2 reasons that you should be wearing gray pants this summer. Gray pants are versatile. You can put them with everything. They're super stylish. Get you some that are tailored to your body. And the last one is, girls love them.
They love them.
We love them.
I'm going to the store. Actually, I'm going to the store tomorrow to get me 2 pairs.
It's a married man.
But I'm just saying, but I'm gonna be respectful. You can't tell no man what to wear just because I'm married. You know what I'm saying? My wife can't tell me what to wear.
I don't understand how you gonna disrespect your wife like that.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, and then you know, and then like I say all the time, God bless me, so I be like, it's just certain things I can't wear. I have to put on the actual loose clothes.
You got a man?
No, I haven't got a man.
That's
I'm
why.
single.
Because
What,
no self-respecting man's gonna want his woman walking out with all her titties out the door.
Nah.
I've been gay clubs, and even if it was a gay club, I still wouldn't go to a gay club with all my titties hanging out. Because some lesbian's gonna go for me because my titties look good. So I wanna have them out on show. And when you said the one thing I don't like about women is that when a woman's saying about her man takes respect in how she is, they turn around and say the man's insecure. My man ain't insecure. My man just respects me and wants me to respect myself and to respect my body and to respect him. So because my man is telling me, oh, he don't like that when I'm going out with my dress all up my ass, it doesn't make him insecure.
No, man.
Right? Because you lot will get a man and he'll be an alpha man and you lot want all these alpha men. And then when the man puts something in place, you saying that you're insecure. And that's why the women out there single, because you don't want no one to tell you nothing. You don't want to go out with your titties hanging, titties swinging, ass hanging and swinging. And you don't think, you know what, we're all independent. We can do what we like. And no man can tell us anything because we're insecure. It's all about having self-respect for you, your man, your body, and society that you're in. But
I do respect.
And the titties are there for two kind of people: your men to suck on and your babies to suck on. The titties are not there for everybody else to see. Because when you're ready to eat your food, you don't go out in the street in the club and say, "I'm going to eat my food in front of everyone." So when your man's sucking on your titties, they're for him only. And not to be out there sharing to everybody.
Damn, she came with it raw.
Came with it.
And that's my thing.
For your man to suck on and for your babies to suck on.
That's
everybody
it.
Don't need to see your titties.
They don't need to see it. Okay, and another thing, setting your ways. Let me get back on Austin and the setting your ways are his preferences / ways. You don't care for other men seeing what you laying with.
You're right.
And I don't either. Right, so that's something that you never gonna change. I don't care if she come to you and say, well, it's just a little titty showing. It's just, I just got my little piece of my cheek out. Then, baby, you need to go ahead and get with them. You're going to leave her because that's something you're not willing to negotiate and change. Exactly. But the younger guy, that little 25, 26, 30-year-old, they know they can't tell that woman nothing. Russell Wilson know he can't tell Sierra nothing because she was dressing like that when he got with her. And he can't tell her nothing no matter how in the church. We have
already established that the celebrities do not count in our conversations.
Okay.
So
but
my
the bottom line is, the point I'm making with that, celebrity or not, the younger generation know they can't tell them women shit because them women set in their ways and they got a support system. The new feminist movement has a huge support system. Soon as a woman get out there and say, girl, he tried to tell me what to wear. No, he didn't, girl. No, he didn't. You ain't got no right. I don't give a damn if he bought you a house, a car. Y'all got 4 kids together. That nigga ain't got no right to tell you nothing. And she gonna tell him to fuck himself. And then when she get hungry and them friends, her friends, babies, and ate up all the damn WIC and all the damn food stamp food. And now she need to come and get a meal from the crib. Now she looking crazy. They have this new feminist movement. They have a support system. No woman want another woman happy with a man. That's the way that movement going.
So and this thing goes both ways. Mm-hmm. My wife inspects me every morning before I go to work, before I go anywhere. And if it's something that she doesn't like about my fit, whether she be like, hey, it's hanging to the left at a 45-degree angle. You know,
and if I can see that, they can see that.
Everybody else can see it. So,
but that's called, the modern day people call that insecure.
No,
but it's not.
No, it's her. I respect my wife enough to say, you know what, baby, I will change. I don't care how I feel like I'm looking. I can feel like this is the best fit I've had.
Like this, I'm looking fly, baby.
So if she tells me she doesn't want me to wear it, I'm cool. I'm going to bite in the closet and grab another pair.
And that means you don't take it personal.
You shouldn't have put it on anyway.
Well, hey. I didn't know it was hanging like that day.
He shouldn't have to tell her. She should already know modesty is more attractive than showing the world everything you got under your clothes. You showing everybody your little Peter Whacker.
Well, no, it ain't little. That's why you
Why
can
gotta
see
be
it.
a little Peter Whacker?
That's what I'm saying. It ain't little, so that's, that's why you can see it.
I thought she was mad at you because it was. I thought she was mad at it because it was small, and she was like, "You know not to wear it." Oh, okay.
That'd be yours with the half cocktail Winnie, but we ain't gonna go there. Let's
that was you with the little Vienna sausage.
Yeah,
he used to put a little sauce.
They used to call that nigga Little Smoky.
He used to roll up a pair of his tube sauce. He used to take 2 tube sauces, stick it in his pants before we went to
call that nigga Little Smoky.
He used to take his sauce, and he'll be squeezing them. I'm like, what you finna do with them sauce? And then I'll see him pull his belt up and stick the things in there, stick them in his pants. I'm like, boy, you whine.
Yeah, then
he said he didn't want me to be the only one getting attention down there.
Yeah, I know, because you took all the socks out my drawer.
But yeah. So the deal is with these modern day women, they, like I said on the last podcast. Oh, David, what you was going to say before Austin stepped in about that clip?
The thing is like with these modern day feminists, like the ones who are like the leading voices and everything, those are the ones that have the husbands and the house and the cars and everything, preaching to these women like, yeah, strong, independent, you can do it by yourself. Let me go over here with my husband and hug up on my husband.
Thank you. Exactly. You gotta be careful.
Gassing these women up and they don't see it. And I'm like, come on now. Is this what we really doing over here?
Right. And that's when you start
men from Arab cultures. Men from Arab cultures or Muslim cultures, the only difference between them and Western men is that they have the balls to tell you, don't go dressed out like that. Yes. But let me tell you something about Western men. They feel the same fucking way. It's just that they can't say, yo, I need you to stop dressing this way. Or, yo, I want you to stop posting sexy pictures. Or I don't want you to post on Instagram. You want to know why? Because they get hit with the same bullshit language you guys said earlier. Shaming, controlling, toxic, insecure. They don't want to deal with it. So what they're going to do is this. They're either going to, A, commit to you and cheat on you on the side because they don't see you as a viable partner, or B, they're not going to take you serious or date you in the first place. So I think it's this. You can either accept the uncomfortable truth that men are territorial with women and you can't dress a certain way if you want a serious relationship, or B, you can keep thinking that there's going to be out there a guy that's going to accept you for how you behave and understand that the only men that are going to tolerate and accept women that dress and act provocatively like that are men that you don't want in the fucking first place, which you alluded to. The men that you want, assertive, dominant, attractive men that have options are not going to commit to a girl that treats them as an option and doesn't respect their authority. That's just how it goes. So let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is not different because the same exact analogy that I told you guys and how you guys felt, that's how men feel. So how you feel right now is irrelevant because I'm telling y'all how men may select and deal with women. If you're going to go ahead and walk around the for sale sign all the time, fantastic. You will continuously stay on the market and no one is going to buy you for real.
Ooh.
That was real right there.
That was real talk.
I'm not the biggest fans of Fresh and Fit, but that is a great point he has right there.
Yeah.
Like, if you're constantly advertising, you're gonna get left on the shelf because you're gonna have an expiration date.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, they act like they don't know that they're gonna have an expiration date.
See, that's the thing. They don't think they do. They don't think they do.
And I agree. Like a lot of older women who are still out here in the dating scene think that they can compete with these younger women who don't have the same life experience, who don't have the same trauma, may not even have kids. Like you're competing with the same version of you just 20 years earlier.
Years before. Mm-hmm.
And you're not gonna, a lot of these older women are not gonna win that fight. Mm-hmm. And they don't see that. They see.
But you know, like, when you are young, when you are 25, especially 25 and younger, your frontal lobe ain't developed, you're still in that invincible mindset. You don't think about the fact that you're gonna be old. You don't think about the fact that there's an expiration date, you know, and stuff like that. And in essence, again, if we talking perfect world scenario, No, there's no expiration date, honey. You are one, but the fact of the matter is they got more women than there are men, right? And if you are not meeting a certain standard and you want to be with somebody, and everybody got standards. This ain't about shaming. This ain't none of that. It's about the fact that everybody has a standard. Everybody has a thing that they are looking for, right? And if you're not meeting that with whatever man that you're trying to attract or whatever, then yeah, you're gonna get looked over. You're gonna get passed over, or you're just gonna be used as the side piece, right?
And here's the problem that modern feminism has impressed upon women. Like, a man's value goes up as he gets older because his earning potential goes up as he gets older, and he's able to acquire the things that he was not able to in his earlier life.
Right.
Like, women, that's not how it is for women.
Not how it is for women, right?
A woman's best commodity is her youth and her looks, and as she gets older, she's not going to be able to maintain that.
Right.
And men are not impressed by women's money because men know that we can't use it.
And I got my own.
That is a good point.
So women, the way that you start being able to tell when you're reaching your expiration date is when you have to use lube or spit.
Shut up! I can't stand you. We supposed to be buddies. And
no, like,
oh my God.
This is when you can tell when you're at your expiration date as a woman in terms of being able to get things based solely on your attractiveness. Mm-hmm. When you go to the club and a bouncer asks you, "Do you want to be in here?" That is when you know it's time for you to not be in there. When you get asked that question.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh, when they say, "Come on in."
Yeah, when you don't get when you gotta stand out on the line, that's when you know you were near your expiration.
That's when you losing your sexy.
When they say, no, not you, her.
Her, that
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got out of the club early in the game.
Girl, put that lube back up.
Get out early. Oh gosh.
I don't think that anybody should control what you wear. You are your own person. You are a grown-ass woman. But if you are with a girl who you don't like the way she dresses, don't get with that girl, because you are only going to hate the way she dresses along the way. And you can't change somebody who's already like that. It's kind of disrespectful, but I do understand that men have feelings, and nobody wants to be walking down with their girl while guys are gawking at them and doing all that stuff. But I will say this, it doesn't matter what you have on, what you're doing, guys are gonna fuck with you regardless. You have to be careful what you're doing and entertaining these motherfuckers. But I understand where men are coming from. If you keep putting yourself in those situations, you're gonna always have to be in those type of things, always telling a guy, please leave me alone, when you could just prevent it by not wearing certain things. Again, not trying to control y'all, but have a different mindset. You're in a relationship. Change a little bit the way you act.
And that goes right back to everything that I've said earlier. You still out here advertising. You're advertising. So people are gonna think you're for sale or available.
Available. Yep.
And something that one of the viewers said, Miss Evans, she said Kevin Samuels changed the game. I don't think he changed the game, but he started a lot of conversations that needed to be started.
I think so too. Yeah, because I didn't like his manner or whatever, but like he brought up some really good, challenging questions.
Like, and a lot of these conversations were being had outside of the purview of the public, but he brought those conversations to the public.
To light. Yeah.
And I'm glad the conversations are being had, because it's causing a lot of people to take real inventory of who they are as people.
Right. Which very, very much so need to happen. You have to step back and take a look at yourself in the mirror. And what am I looking to gain? What am I looking for? Am I seeking something that's missing? Am I a whole person by myself? Or am I looking for something to fill that space? Like, all of those things matter, because that's why a lot of people are out there in the streets attention seeking, right?
Or
Because
am
they're
I
trying to
seeking
fill
something?
spaces.
Or am I seeking something that is unattainable based on who I am?
Based on who I am, right? Right. Because if
But
you
as a
can't
therapist,
you need to be bringing exactly the same energy that you're expecting from the table.
as a therapist, what do you think bring on all this attention seeking? Is it social media? Is it?
I think it all starts with hurting children. You didn't get your needs met as a child, be it with attention from your parents, or your parents didn't let you speak up, and a lot of us grew up in households like that. We weren't allowed to speak our minds. We weren't allowed to be independent people. It's all the broken children on the inside of us. And so then you grow up and you start seeking the attention that you didn't get as a child, and you start seeking it from the opposite sex, or if you're homosexual or the same sex, whatever your romantic preference is, and so you start looking for, and people not only look for it in sexual partners or whatever, but you look for it in friendships. You look for it on your job. You look for it in accolades. We talked before about the degree thing. You start finding things and people and whatever you can to fill whatever the emptiness is. You have
What
to
about
know that part.
and
social
that
media just illuminates it, and it gives you a platform to do it.
and I'm a somebody made a point that a lot of stuff that we see on social media been going on. We just didn't have social
You just
media.
didn't know about it. Yeah.
And so my thing is, okay, but when you see all these women, if I go to my page, my Facebook page right now, my story, and I just screenshot, you're going to see women bent over in thongs. You're going to see on their storyline, they in thongs, they twerking. It's like they just go with the trend.
Yeah, whatever's going
That's
on, I
what
just
I
want to be a
don't
part
like
of it.
about the new generation.
But again, this is the
what
same thing that was going on before. You just didn't have access to the world to join the world, right? Do you remember kids in your high school or whatever that went with whatever was going on at the time?
Cross colors, wearing the jeans backwards,
Yeah,
just simple
yes,
things.
jeans,
It's just
like
a
whatever
fad.
was the trend, that's what
Okay.
you were trying to be into.
I mean, but speaking of that, okay, the things that more people were in back then were more respectful. We value what our parents thought. We bared what we cared about what our aunt, what our grandmama and them was gonna say. We didn't want to be in police beat, so we didn't do a lot of crime because we didn't want to. Our families had names, and we wanted to protect that name. We may wanted to break in niche. We may wanted to fight this and that and that, but we knew if it was a chance that the police got called, we were more self-conscious about things we did. Where today's
What happens when
generation
you
don't
come
give
from
a
a
damn.
family of crime?
They don't. Today's generation don't give a damn. They'll say, "That's my aunt. She old. She this and that and that. We doing this. We didn't think like that."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like this new generation, like Jericho was saying, the fact that
just because
the
it's old school don't
generation.
mean it's right. Because everything old school ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
But everything new school ain't right either.
Ain't right either. You're right.
But at the end of the day, like I said before, morals are morals. Standards are standards.
But who's
so to me, disrespecting my family is wrong.
It's wrong for you, right? Yeah.
It's wrong. It's wrong really for anybody. If you snitch on a friend,
is disrespectful.
If you snitch on a friend, that's wrong. No matter how y'all try to twist it, Black just gonna keep it real. Snitching on a friend is wrong. Whether it's the new generation or old generation, and it's wrong to me and wrong for you. If you snitch on your sister and your sister got to go to jail, you wrong. I'm gonna say Chanel.
Your sister molested your cousin. You wrong for telling on her? You just let your cousin suffer?
Or if your whoever is running around serial rapist, serial murderer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's between y'all. I'm not gonna support it, but I'm not finna send you to jail either. I'm gonna tell you wrong.
Family, if I find out, let me find out.
Yeah.
Because nobody else should be suffering at the hands of your secret.
So if someone is molesting your child and your family, then
See that?
you're
You don't want
going
them to
to
get
you're going to
I
go
don't-
ahead and allow it.
I don't.
I
agree
ain't
with
got
that.
nothing to do with that.
I
That's
don't
gonna
if
put
they're-
me.
If
they're-
your
if they're-
child is being molested, you want somebody to keep that secret.
Yeah, you the one brought it up, so you were in it.
See, I don't.
Mr.
I
I
don't
ain't
agree
snitching
with
on no
that.
family member.
I don't
Well,
agree with that
okay.
mentality.
Remove
because-
the snitching. If you steal money, let me get, because I forgot y'all some technical anti-black motherfuckers. Let me break this down.
Anti-black.
No, we just
Let
going
me
by
break
what
this
you
down.
said, nigga.
You
If
said
you
you weren't
steal,
snitching on no relative. It's wrong.
if you steal from your mama, you go in her purse and take some damn money, you're wrong. Whether it's your family, my family, if you steal from your mama, you wrong. If you go in her purse, if if me and you, I'm at your house and you go in my wallet and take $20 out that motherfucker, even though I owe you $20, you wrong. Because you didn't let me know you was getting the $20 out of there. You wrong.
That makes sense.
So no matter how y'all want to twist it,
That wasn't
wrong
a twist.
is wrong.
That definitely wasn't a twist.
It wasn't a
Wrong
twist.
is wrong. Morals are morals. Standards are standards. No matter what generation you in, whether you 1840, whether you
What I just
1999.
said, though. Morals and standards based upon who and what. Your moral standard was not snitching on a family member until we brought up, what if that family member was a molester of the people in the family?
That's why I said let's erase that.
It depends on what morals we talking about.
Right. That's why I say erase the moral thing, because y'all went with rapists and all that. I wasn't on that. So I said delete that and I turned that into money.
But that was still a standard of yours too. So you said morals are morals and standards are standard, but it depends on who the person is you're talking about.
It depends on what the crime is too.
With a standard of stuff
it
like
depends on what the crime is
for a long time, and it's caused damage. So some of those things do need to change. You know what I'm saying? That's the point that I'm making, is that some of those old school, morals and standards that we had were based in old stuff. And a lot of that stuff was based in keeping us small-minded or keeping us enslaved or keeping us jacked up.
Guess what? You might have been small-minded, you might have been enslaved, but did you go to jail?
Maybe.
How many times you got lynched?
You got lynched.
How many times you been to jail? How many times you got lynched?
That's not the point that she's trying to make.
No.
How many times you got lynched? No, my thing is everything new ain't great.
And I'm not saying it is.
Everything new not great. If ass whoopings kept me out of jail, I'm gonna whip ass in my house.
Was an ass whooping keep you out of jail, or did
away,
you have the mindset that you didn't want to be in jail?
If taking things away, like when they took my keys to the car, they took the television out of my room and my phone out of my room. If taking things away made me get my grades back,
yeah, there was appropriate consequences for that behavior.
So that taught me that it's consequences.
Right.
For actions, there come consequences.
Right.
When they deduct my allowance because I didn't clean my room, I did a rush job on the room and pushed the stuff under the bed. Pops went in there, looked under the bed and saw that, and he deduct my allowance for that week when I was planning on getting some Adidas and going to a concert.
Getting them that week.
That taught me not to do that. So that's why I say, okay, and like y'all said, like Austin said, going and David said, going to an interview to get a job, a high-paying job, a Fortune 500 job, and you dress like you going to get a job at a jean factory. Standards is standards, morals is morals. You have to dress and look the part. And even though Jerica was going against that, but what we're saying is you're going to get the job that you dress for. If you go in there, like Austin said, if you going in there to get a Fortune 500 job and you can walk up in there in some sweats and some flip-flops because that's all you have to wear, then that job is 8 times out of 10 not gonna pick you.
Yeah, you got to
so that's not the job. If you don't have appropriate attire to wear to get the job you're trying to get, then you shouldn't apply for that job. And that falls back with standards are standards, morals are still morals, no matter what time it is. You're not gonna go. I don't care if it's 20.
Next show, I need you to define morals for me.
Morals is how you carry yourself. how you present yourself. Standards is what you're not going to allow in how you carry yourself. Like, you're not going to allow yourself to smoke crack. You're not going to allow yourself to let a woman take care of you and you move in with her, a man, a real man, because he didn't grow up. So to him, standards is, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to work, I'm going to, if I want live in a $600,000 house, I'm going to make the money. I'm not going to live off a woman and just settle for less, because my standards are not going to allow me to do that. I'm not going to be with a woman that don't have any self-esteem. I'm not going to stay in a relationship that I'm not happy in because I'm living under her roof. I'm not going to not have my voice and say what I want. Those are the standards that I have for myself. I'm not going to live on the streets.
Right.
I'm not going to live in a 1-bedroom apartment with no furniture. That's the standards that I have set for myself that I'm going to try to stay above.
So even if you end up in a bad situation, you wouldn't be
If I end up in a bad situation, I'm going to do what I can to get out of that situation because of my standards. I don't want that for myself.
I just want to go back. I just want to go back to the 1-bedroom apartment.
That's where
with no furniture in there. So I didn't keep living room furniture in my 1-bedroom apartment. All I had my bedroom decked out. But that's because when a date came over, I'd be like, "Hey, we gotta go to the bedroom. I don't have nothing in the living room."
Right. But when you have a family of 5, you can't go to a 1-bedroom apartment.
You're right. Well,
unless I'm just, that's going to be tough.
David,
standard raises as you get more things. Now, me being single and by myself, I could do that all day. But as you get more things, your standards change.
Right.
Your lifestyle change.
David, you were trying to make a point, and
we started arguing.
I mean, it's cool with your 1-bedroom because you was by yourself.
Right.
I said me. And like I said on this podcast, a lot of times things I say, I'm talking about me. You was a single man.
Yeah,
so you was able to live in that 1-bedroom.
That was
with
just
no
a general. Yeah, that was just a general statement.
So.
Yeah, you did a generalization, a general statement. So I just want to go back and address.
Yeah.
Well, really, I was just putting some game out there.
That was cool for one. For
really, I
a
was just
single
trying
man.
to shoot somebody some game.
Yeah, that's cool for a single man.
We offer game here too.
But when you got a family, you want more, and so you gotta do more. Whether it's more yards, whatever it takes to live or be what you're trying to be, you got to get out there and do it. You can't settle for less. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be in no relationship where a woman talking to me crazy, and I'm the one that got to get out here and work to pay the bills and keep a roof over her head. I can't do that. My standards are not gonna allow me to do that. She's finna hit the dope.
Hey, David, now when he takes a breath, you better hurry up and
jump
in.
You gotta get
Go
in.
ahead.
Go ahead, David.
I was gonna say morals, like it's great to have them, but everybody's moral compass is different based on their walk of life. Like I know my morals are different than yours because I consider myself like, even though I'm traditional in some ways, I'm not traditional in many other ways. So what you may think as morally right for you is not morally right for me. So you gotta explain that part too. Like just because you have morals doesn't mean they are the same across
for everybody, right? And that's why. See, you missed the podcast when I told them when I speak, when Chanel speak, and when Austin speak,
explain that every time because
speaking for themselves.
This is what you said though. Morals are morals and standards are standards across the board. That's not talking about you. That's talking about across the board.
Like
that's why we was breaking that down for you, Black. That's all. We just breaking that.
But no, I'm saying okay.
Like a standard to me is like this is what it is because this is what has been established to work.
Okay.
That's what a standard is. Like we're not gonna deviate from this because this is what works. Until we find something better, we're gonna this is it.
Right. And so that's what I was saying. The way he broke it down is what I'm saying. If dressing the part to get the job, no matter whether you in the 1800s, no matter whether you in the 2058s,
Right. Whatever that part is,
that's clear across the board.
Right. Yeah.
That's what it takes.
Right.
That ain't no, I'm gonna dress this way to get the job, and if I don't dress this way, I may not get the job. It's common sense that if you're trying to get a Fortune 500 corporate job, it's a certain way, it's a certain criteria, it's a certain type of way you have to handle yourself, it's a certain type of credentials need to be on your resume to get that job. And it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Clear across the board, whether you in the 1800s, whether you in the 2087s, it is what it is.
Right.
So when I say clear, I'm talking about that. Dressing respectful, no matter how y'all want to chop it up, the new millennium, the feminists, dressing respectful is dressing respectful. If you can't wear it at a corporate event, then it's not respectful.
Right.
In that corporate
event. Is it appropriate for the club?
In that corporate event. You see what I'm saying? It's respectful when you go to the club. It's respectful in the streets. Mm-hmm. But if that corporate event, if it's a black tie affair and you going up in there in sweats and a cap, it's not acceptable in that spot.
Right.
But you can wear sweats and a cap in Walmart, sweats and a cap at Magic City.
You can wear a swimsuit in Walmart.
at Magic City. You can wear it in Magic City. But if they tell you it's a black tie affair, it's certain clothes you can't wear in there. I've tried to go in clubs down here.
Places they require a jacket.
They require a jacket. I tried to go in the club down here and I had my a nice ensemble, but I had on some Jordans, but the Jordans went with the suit, the pants, the suit, the ensemble.
But they
wanted shiny shoes.
They wanted, they wanted dress
shoes. And I was like, but I looked the part.
Mm-hmm. But they was
you can't let them some shoes, bro. But these are casual looking Jordans, but they wasn't shiny shoes. Right. So I couldn't get in there.
Couldn't get in.
So it's certain.
Can't even get in.
It's certain things that you can't wear and you can't do. We know what dressing respectful look like. We know.
Yeah.
We know.
Word.
You know.
Some people know. I mean, if you haven't been shown that or taught that,
then
you've been told that what your attire is acceptable anywhere that you go,
then you accept that, yeah. Then that is your standard because that's what you've been taught.
But if they say if you're going in for an interview, whether it's your standard or not,
that's what we're here to teach, right? That's what we're here to educate and let people know. Even though that might be what you know and what your standard is, or even what you have, right? That if you want to elevate, if you plan on doing something better, being better, getting better, attracting better, then you're gonna have to do a little different.
See, but that's another problem that we have going forward is that people have these standards and they expect their standards to be accepted by everybody across the board, and they have a problem with rejection when it's like, nah, bro, like I don't give a fuck about your standards. Your standards don't fly here. This is my space.
Right.
Your standards only work over there.
Right.
That's the world we live in too. So it's like, in reality, everybody's world is their own world.
Own world, yeah.
But it still don't remain the fact that David just got a new job. He had to have certain credentials, and when he went up there, he wasn't talking street. He went up there with some sense, and he got that job.
Right.
So whether it's your morals, whether it's your standards, you knew what it took to get that job. And if a white man set that standard for you to get that job by saying yes, sir,
you gotta do to get it if that's what you want.
By saying yes, sir, by saying here's my certifications, here's my certs. That's what you got to do. You can't just go up there and say, hey, what's up, man? What's happening with you? Hey, I know a little bit about computers. I do a little this, do a little that. You know, it just depends on what type of job you're trying to get.
Like
you have to present yourself a certain way.
Like when I went on the interview, I went in there with a $400 suit, like $200 shoes from Lululemon.
That's too much.
Like, nah,
too much for you. But David busted it out there, okay?
Like,
yeah, he did.
I had my cufflinks on and everything.
Nice.
But as soon as I got the job, first day on the job, I was dressed up, saw the environment. I was like, okay. Next day on the job, I came with my button-down shirt, my cargo pants, and my Jordans on.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was like, okay, this is that kind of
you explored what the
right.
norm is
And you never, and also as a rule of thumb, you understood you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So you went up there in money, looking good, looking successful, and you got that job. Once you landed the job and you got in there, you got in there and you saw the environment, you're like, oh, okay, this is more laid back, so I don't have to keep going to get paying $50 for this shirt and $80 for a pair of pants and $200 for a pair of shoes. You was like, okay, they kind of laid back, but you did everything you could to get that job.
And I don't care. I don't care if I was going for a factory job, I would show up.
Thank you.
In a suit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And more than likely with a tie.
Because that's that standard that you have set. Yep. And like David said, that don't necessarily mean it's right.
A cashier job, a therapist job, whatever it was, I walked in dressed well.
And because you were taught that, right? And it works.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it
my dad was like, yo, don't matter what kind of job you trying to get, you dress like you are trying to get a job.
Right.
Like you dress like you're working in the highest position of that job.
That's right. Dress like you going there for a CEO position. You know?
Oh, the hookah was lit earlier.
The hookah right there, huh?
it was lit earlier.
You know about the hookah?
But on the next one, I'll be smoking.
Word.
You're gonna be getting lit.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If a girl is your girlfriend, she is your main woman, and she's advertising her body on the internet for other men to look at, that is fucking cheating.
That's cheating.
What y'all think about that?
Well.
Gray area.
Sometimes that's the way that they're paying bills, and those men are benefiting off of those bills on these OnlyFans page, and they're sometimes the ones that are filming and taking these pictures. So
that's true.
If you're a sex worker and that's how you make your money,
that's different.
That's different.
That's business. But if you on IG posting thirst traps and you
in a relationship,
I'm like, I'm gonna have to question, what are you doing out here? Like, because you're obviously doing this for attention. Right. You're putting yourself out there. You're advertising. Like, what's that say about your relationship?
Right.
And like that other guy say, the new generation, like that lady was saying, it's all about her. It was no consideration about her husband. If I want to wear this, I'm gonna wear this.
I'm gonna wear this because I'm a woman. I can.
It's not being considerate. I can't be considerate. Like, I might want to wear this, but the fact that I'm married and to respect what I have going on, it's just certain things that I'm saying, okay, well, I can't wear that no more. I'm not wearing it.
Period.
And that's part of being married. Taking your partner under consideration.
Thank you.
Now, does it matter if you are not married?
Yeah.
I think if you're
not married,
it should matter still.
You think?
I think it should matter if you're in a committed relationship.
I'm of the mindset, like, even if you're not married, you can wear what you want, however you want, but you can't be mad when the people that see that you want to notice don't notice you or respect you because you're wearing what you're wearing. Like, it's accountability. I'm gonna preach this till I'm a blue in the face. Like, you have to take accountability for what you present to the world.
And he sure been preaching that, Janelle, from the first show all the way to here.
That's right.
He say he don't care what you say, what you do. Just make sure you're able to be held accountable for the reaction from your action. That's David. His name needs to be
I love it.
David Action Reaction, because he's a firm believer of whatever your action is, be ready to accept that reaction.
Reaction, that's the truth.
And I know that I've said this several times on the show too. You can do whatever you want to do, but just be ready for the consequences.
That's it. That's it.
Me personally, I don't care what you wear when you go out. Alright, that's cool. You can post how you want to. You can be half naked. You do as you please. Because at the end of the day, it's your body and you do what you want to with it. So when you come home, just remember, I'm not going to be there.
You ain't going to be there.
He's not going to be there.
Again,
as long as you understand that, do what you want to do.
But here are the consequences.
Here are the consequences
for your actions.
That's right. That's all there is to it.
Like, unfortunately, we live in a world now where consequences like, oh, that's toxic. Oh, that's like misogynistic. That's like every negative word that you can conjure up to avoid accountability has been put out there, because accountability can't be spun into something that people will spend money off of. You can't profit off.
Let me ask this,
bruh. That right there.
On the cool, who David, who accept accountability the least, men or women?
I would say women accept accountability the least, because even though they're aware of problems that exist, there's no follow through to correct.
I concur.
You can, like, even if you get a woman to admit that there's a problem,
wrong, yeah,
it's
she's
like,
not
okay,
do nothing about it.
Right. It just sits there.
It becomes this is just who I am kind of situation, rather than taking the accountability for it and making the change to make it not happen again.
Because
okay, Chanel. Now, would you agree?
One more sec.
Go ahead.
Like, I will say the reason why men take accountability the most is because the world holds men accountable.
Holds men accountable, all right.
Like, we have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why men accept accountability, because society says we have to be.
Right. And listen, people, this is an overall statement. We're not talking about individual people, okay?
Right. And back in the gap, though, as far as relationships, breaking up, the hurt, the cheating, it was the men
that was doing
who wasn't held accountable for their actions.
Right.
Now, men are more quiet, more humble for some reason, and the women are out here just doing whatever, talking to them any kind of way, and not being held accountable because they have a support.
Before, when men had to be held accountable for their actions, do you think is that what caused the women to
That's
start?
exactly what caused it. And that, and then the reason the women carry it on is it's a big movement of women because they've been hurt, been messed over. But when we were doing it, Austin to tell me I was wrong. Men will come to another man and make him hold himself accountable for his actions. Whereas a woman will support the wrong that a woman do. Girl, I wouldn't even be putting up with that. Girl, and you know, I don't know why you with him anyway. Gary got more money than him anyway.
Right.
Gary crazy
people get shocked when I hold women accountable.
So women support, whereas a man would say, "No, you was wrong, man. Go on back home."
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, the women don't too much do that. Every blue moon, if she go to a woman that's happy in her relationship, she'll probably talk to girl, but it ain't too many that's happy in their relationship. So a woman of conjure another woman up to go do anything, they'll conjure them up. But a man will go and say, "Hey man, you wrong. You need to go home." So men will hold themselves accountable way quicker than a woman would. Plus, they have that support.
Right.
Like
they have that support.
The only
men don't support each other like that.
The only time a man will not hold another man accountable is if they're involved in the same dirt.
Same stuff. Okay.
You're right.
What was the question you're about to present?
So what?
What was that question you were about to
He was
present
about to
to
ask a
Chanel?
question.
That's what I was going to ask Chanel. Back in the day, the men would do whatever, and especially our fathers and grandfathers, they would do whatever,
They had whole other
and
in
would didn't
places.
hold themselves accountable. They just did whatever. And now the modern day women that ran off with that. They like, it's like they was waiting on that chance to get back at that man.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't know if
and
there was
now
waiting. I just think the opportunity started presenting itself, and of course it's going way, way to the other side. But what should have happened, I think, I can't say what the cause or whatever, but like I think what should have happened was accountability for men starting to behave better, women learning about themselves and learning what bad relationships look like, getting out of things that wasn't good for them, healing themselves. And that's what the presentation is, because I'm being my own woman and or whatever. But you're being your own woman, but you're still in a hurting space on the inside. So you wilding out, or you doing too much, or again, the extreme feminist movement of I don't need no man, but I don't want to put this trash out. Like you got to decide. I can't be. I don't want no man, but I don't want to pay these bills. Okay, well, you got to make a choice, right? And making a choice means that you need to be a certain type of woman to attract a certain type of man, right? Just like as a man, you can't expect a woman to be a 1950s, 1940s woman and stay at home and cook all the meals and then bitch about paying all the bills. Like same and vice versa, right? Oh, I want them to pay all the bills, but I don't want to cook nothing. Like you got to decide if that's what you want. And if we're gonna be a power couple, well, damn it, let's be a power couple and we're gonna share all this shit and figure all this shit out together and all that. But you can't have this thing but not fulfill the requirements in order to have that thing, right?
And see,
so I just think it's just gone way too far to the other end where I can do whatever the hell I want, but I don't want accountability for anything that happens afterwards.
And I think that's where the change came in when women start making more money and being able to have careers and be lucrative in those careers. So men no longer they were no longer able to hold certain things over their heads.
Right.
I make the money, you do this.
Right.
So now women, they can make the money, and now they feel that it's up to them to what they accept and what they allow in their relationships or dealing with these men, because I don't need your money now. You can't hold it over my head. I can have a career. I can be a doctor. I don't have to settle for being a nurse. I can be the principal of the school. I don't have to just be the teacher.
Teacher, right.
So now you have no control over me and what I do. So what I do is my choice.
And she couldn't wait for that moment to do that.
Well, I'm quite sure they couldn't wait for the moment.
Well, I mean, why not? That was a suppressive situation that women were in.
To gain power.
Yeah.
To gain some individual power.
Right.
For themselves and not have to accept
whatever
the things that were being dished out to them.
Right.
Yeah, but here's
then I got to deal with my husband cheating on me because I don't have a way to leave.
But here's the problem where it's swung too far to one side on the pendulum.
Right. Exactly.
It's like now it's like, okay, I got my own car, I got my own place, I pay my own bills, and they trying to use that as like, say in your face. I'm like, congratulations, you're a responsible adult.
Right, right. That's just being grown, baby. You're being grown. Good job.
To do. Yeah. Right.
Good job.
And I said that on a previous podcast. The good get on there. I got my own house. I got my own car. I got me a job. I'm like, okay, you doing what you're supposed to do in society.
Welcome to adulthood.
You're doing what's supposed to do to be successful in society. You don't speak.
Not even successful. Just living a normal life.
What you have to do to live.
To live.
It's the same.
You're a functioning adult.
Just like the guy who run around with his chest out because he didn't took his kid on his birthday. He went and got him some clothes and took him out to eat, and he posted that shit on Facebook. I'm like, okay, Thank you for that one day of being a father.
Good job.
You know, you don't get no pat on the back for doing what you're supposed to do.
You know, I pay my child support every month.
Yeah.
Well, that's what and you should.
Yeah.
You supposed
Thank
to
you
do
for
that.
staying out of jail. Let's pat you on the back for staying out of jail.
That's
It
that's
ain't.
the problem that I'm saying. Like the pendulum has swung too far to one side to where we've been conditioned to accept the bare minimum as an accomplishment.
As an accomplishment.
I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
of course, I'm the type of woman to tell.
No,
of course, I'm the type of woman to tell women to dress modestly all day long because I feel like it's unnecessary to dress for men. I feel like you wear what you want to wear, but when you do dress provocatively, please don't try to make it seem like to the rest of the world that it has nothing to do with you attracting men. That's bullshit. And as a woman, I know that's bullshit. So when women try to make it seem like, oh, I'm wearing this tight ass dress or this skimpy ass outfit because I just want to look good for me, we know that it's bullshit. That's bullshit. No woman is going to agree to that unless she's the type of woman that doesn't like to take accountability. And I'm noticing a lot of women don't want to hold each other accountable for shit that men do.
Yeah. So and I hear that all the time. I wear this for me. Oh, okay.
Do y'all wear it for y'all? Yeah, I'm like.
This is the thing. Let me give a caveat for that. Okay, so even if you're wearing it for you, you're wearing it for you because you've been conditioned that this is sexy to men. So even if you don't step out in the streets with it, you are looking in the mirror and you're saying, oh man, I'm fine as hell. This is sexy, but it's sexy based upon what standard? The standard that you've been taught based upon what men like.
Yep.
Very
true.
You're still, in essence, still dressing for the man.
And people can say what they want to say. There is always a small piece in there, no matter what you say, that you are looking for that eye.
You're looking for validation
or that compliment. You're still looking for that.
You want to be desired.
You can say, I don't care if it's 0.2, 0.6%, whatever it is, zero point whatever. But you're still looking for it. You're trying to seek something. You're trying to gain something.
I promise you. When I put on a sexy outfit, I might not be going out in the street, but I'm taking a picture to send to my boo because I want him to say I look cute. I'm still doing it for that attention of him.
But you're doing it for the attention of your man, of your mate. That's the difference. When a lot of the modern doing it for
whatever attention they can get.
Doing it for the gram.
For the gram. Do it for the vine.
What you know about that vine?
Yo, honestly, my girl can wear whatever she wants when she goes out because she a hoe. And I knew that before we started dating.
So there you go.
Modestly.
So
y'all know I gotta throw a comic one in there. But yeah,
oh my God.
It's crazy. But as a sum up though, everybody like Austin would often say, it depends on you and your relationship.
Yeah.
And like David say, what I consider what I'm not gonna tolerate, another man may love it. What I consider values and standards, another person may say, well, I don't want to live up to that because of how they was raised and how they were taught. As Janelle say, it's how you were taught that you believed in that worked for you. So
but that
at
don't
the
mean
end
you
of
can't
the
change
day,
it though, dog. Y'all, it don't mean you can't change it if you want to, though.
right. At the end of the day, respect is respect, but I'm learning with the new generation, respect has different levels. Respect to a 25-year-old couple, 25 to probably 30, respect to them is she can go out there half naked, pop her ass, be on everybody in the club, long as she come home to him. Whatever floats your boat. I ain't doing that because, and then to me though, that's the worst. That's the worst generation to try that because it's so much out here now with your social medias, with your Snapchats, with your Instagrams, with your WhatsApps. It's just so much going on. And yeah, she popping on this person and hugging and hanging out and getting a charge with that person. You don't know what they're saying and how that you know the vibe is going.
What is the agenda of the other person?
The agenda. So, but they want to not be called insecure. They don't want to be called controlling. And like Austin said, they don't want to lose that woman. Mm-hmm. So they go with the flow. But then they be the first ones on social media when she fuck over them that's complaining. Mm-hmm. Like Offset. He act like he ain't give a shit about Cardi, but as soon as she did something, he was on social media talking about she fucked somebody. But he can go out there and do whatever. So my thing is, they go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And they try to accept the consequences, but when those consequences, like David say, bite them in the ass, it's a problem.
Right.
You know, it's like they just a lost generation. And if you have any standards, any morals, or any standards for yourself, you're insecure. So and they didn't grow up where your main lady or woman represents you. Mm-hmm. You saw that lady say, no, you know, it's 2023.
Yeah, like you're a reflection of me. It's like, no, it's 2023.
It's 2023.
You got flying cars. I can dress the way I want. I don't understand
and do what I want.
The connection, but that's what she said.
you know. So it's. I told my wife I'd get off at a certain time because that's what she.
Yeah, we get ready to. That's why we saying our final.
Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and then I'm gonna let you all have it. So women, men, whoever. But I'm gonna address this to women since we were talking about it tonight. Wear your ass out, wear your titties out, dress how you want to dress, whatever you want to do. I don't give a damn because you ain't my wife. Peace.
That boy good.
Hey, but y'all dock this ship, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
All right. Oh, have mercy. Yeah. I concur. Oh, goodness. You know, I'm all about holding people accountable, just like David.
Black, you muted.
Black, you muted.
You muted, man.
You can't hear nothing you saying if you saying anything.
I'm talking about y'all. Go ahead.
We ain't heard a word that came out your mouth. You over there like...
Well, you know,
what David say about the what's his closing remark on the women wear what they want to wear? And you don't have no say, so not just the women, your woman. I ain't messed up about no women, you know what I'm saying?
Like, the women that I deal with, because I'm into relationships, like they know, like when they step out with me, they're a reflection of me.
Okay.
So they're not going to disrespect me by, like, if that's not the venue we're going to, not going to dress like that. Like, even when they go out with their friends, they're not going to be like, titties out, ass out. Like, hey, you could look provocative without dressing like a hoe. Like, you can look sexy without advertising that you're on the market.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of these women don't seem to understand. Like, you don't need to disgrace your man. Like, you need to take into account his feelings too.
Right. Because it got to be a level of respect, you know what I'm saying, to a degree. respect is respect. You know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That ass fat though. Damn, that ass fat.
Yo, bro, we don't even play like that, bro. That's not even worth it.
This is a prank video. It's a prank. My camera right there.
That nigga get shot, bro.
Bro, it's a prank.
I was a prank.
No, man, don't play like that, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That ass fat though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That ass.
These prank videos be getting out of hand, man. I'm sorry. they doing the most. Like one day, dude, these dudes gonna end up getting hurt.
Now, one time, I don't know if I showed it, but a guy actually pulled a gun on another one.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, because like I say, them youngsters, they pulling guns. They ain't fighting. They pulled a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So, Janelle, what you tell our women that's in relationships but still want to seek attention from other men?
Why?
Unless they what? Not happy in what they in.
Like, look, you gotta respect your relationship, and if that's how you are and how you want to be and where you at in your life, again, cool, go do it. But whatever consequences come. And I implore the men to stop. Yeah, and I think we should have a show on what controlling looks like so we can show the difference. You know, but the fact of the matter is, just because somebody is saying, hey, I don't like you out there wearing that, you know, that does not garner control. And we can show you what control looks like versus, because there are men out there that are like that, you know. But if you don't know the difference and you just, you know, I am woman 2023, hear me roar and all that kind of stuff, you know, what are you attracting, right? And so, but if you're willing to accept the consequences of however you dress, you know, then keep doing it. Cool. You know, but whatever you attract is what you attract, and that's what you got to deal with. That's all there is to it.
That's it. And that concludes this episode to Speak On It. Shout out to my man David. He showed out like he always do.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I'm trying to be on more regularly though.
Yeah, because I like it when you on here.
Yeah. You balance it out. Like Austin said the last time you was on here, you kind of balance everything out. So yeah, we need to have you on here more.
Be anti-black.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Because I'm gonna speak the truth. I'm gonna speak the street, you know. But yeah, shout out to Austin, shout out to the No Bullshit Therapist Chanel. Hey, and anything you need me to do, let me know. Start inboxing me, whatever you need me to put together for your podcast. I meant to inbox you and tell you that. Whatever you need me to do, let me know.
I got to get back on top of my podcast.
Send me the photos. Let me know what you want to say, and give me a few days to tweak it, and I'll send it to you. Well, take this off just like you did with your photo, because I know you particular. So I know I got to come with it. So yeah, let's make it happen. This season 2, we've been doing our thing. We're gonna keep it going. Season 2, Speak On It podcast. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to Shajerica. Shout out to Quita, Tastasia, and it was somebody else too. Quita, Tastasia. Who else was on the comments? My man Marcus Norwood. He hit us up. Shajerica. She said her thing. Shajerica be on our ass too.
I see that. She'll be playing around. I like her.
With it. And David didn't give a damn.
Don't forget about Shan, because Shan was
David volunteered to go back and forth with. I wasn't saying too much of nothing. David started going back and forth with. I said, okay, well, let me address this one. I said, well, yeah, David standing out there. Shout out to
Shan, her shout out.
T. Loden. Yeah, I gave Shajerica hers. But
Shan, Miss Jazzy White.
Shan, Miss White. Yeah, she showed up, showed out. Now that she know how to get on, she's probably gonna be popping on a little bit more too, to give more perspective from a woman's point of view.
Love that.
Yeah. So yeah, we going down. It's season 2, man. We got a lot of things coming up, and at this point, we out. We what we call docking the ship. We heading out, and keep it real. And like I say, it's happening, so we might as well speak on it. We out.
Peace.
Peace. Women do what you allow them to do, and vice versa with the women. A man gonna do what you allow him to do, and if you don't know your worth, you'll put up with that bullshit. But when you know your worth and you know you don't have to put up with it, you ain't gonna put up with it.
The girl was like, well, if I decide I want to wear a string bikini, to the beach and all that, I don't deserve to be harassed. And if you got a problem with that as my man, that's a problem. He was like, look, I'm not, you shouldn't be harassed. You're right. You shouldn't be harassed. However, they got creeps out there. Period. There are creeps out there. And so you have to be mindful. He's like, I'm not worried about my woman per se. She fine and she putting it out. Okay, cool. However, they gonna have somebody that's gonna disrespect that boundary. They gonna have somebody that's gonna do something to handle because they don't have the respect.
Right.
That's who I'm looking out for. That's who I'm afraid of you attracting, right? And stuff. And so that's real talk. Like you're going to attract the creeps with that. A woman is tight because she's nervous. It's a muscle. So if I'm nervous and I'm not comfortable, then it's gonna be tight. That don't mean necessarily that it's just
preach my thumbnail, cause when you're loose and like that, you wanna know what we doing? We getting ready to orgasm. It's called bottoming out. We're letting that bottom drop so you can hit what we need you to hit, so we can get what we want. If you notice every time before the orgasm, it goes loose. Pay attention. Before her orgasm, not your orgasm is tight because she's working for you. Her orgasm is loose every time. She don't squeeze during the orgasm. She squeezes after the orgasm because she's trying to stop. It's a reflex after. And I'm sorry, y'all not moving, shaking. I got my phone in my hand. But that's how I keep my glasses. That's how it works.
There are some decent women out there that may have kids that are able to hold it down for themselves and still be able to accept a man into their lives in a man's role. So
see, the thing is, when you just say you need a woman that's holding down by herself, this is the problem right here. In today, in the 21st century, a lot of women, they don't want to have no damn discipline. They don't want no man to come in and tell them what to do. They don't want to follow no rules. They want to sit there and say they want a strong man. As soon as that man show up and start trying to lay down structure and foundation, they flee. Oh, you trying to boss me around. You trying to tell me what to do. All this nonsense. You want me to be submissive. I ain't no slave.
No, Rick,
all this goofy shit.
You're narcissistic. That's the new word.
Yeah, that or toxic masculinity. All these other shaming tactics they got trying to do.